History Museum.
I am Tricia Grosser, and this is Elgin 100 years ago, October 3rd. Just what right Elgin citizens have to keep business buildings from locating in residential districts will probably be decided once and for all as the result of a bill for injunction filed by 12 Northeast citizens today against W.J. Richardson. They are asking that he be restrained from operating a building on the southeast corner of Prospect Street and Congdon Avenue as a milk depot. Attorney Charles G. Seidel, representing the complainants, filed the bill for injunction in city court, and a hearing before Judge Frank E. Chopin was set for next Wednesday. Complainants based their action for the injunction.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. This afternoon, sunny with a high near 88, temperatures falling to around 86. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 64. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 88, temperatures falling to around 85 in the afternoon. Currently, it is 85 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
When it comes to orthopedic and spine surgery, Prime Healthcare St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin leads the way. Recognized by U.S. News and World Report as a high performer across multiple surgery types, we offer advanced and minimally invasive procedures supported by state-of-the-art imaging technology. Our expert surgeons and compassionate care teams are here to help you move, heal, and live better every step of the way. St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin, exceptional care close to home.
Looking for a seed buying experience that's more humanized? Ready to trade a company that's oversized for an independent brand that's right-sized? Searching for elite hybrids that have been optimized, tested in your geography, and localized? Did we run out of words that rhyme, so now we have to use metaphysicized? Maybe so. But if you answered yes to any of these questions, then it's probably time you get Wiffleized. Choose Wiffles hybrids this season, and let's get familiarized.
Dino's Night Out on WRMN. It's the talk of the town, so come on and listen now. It's Dino's Night Out on WRMN 1410. On WRMN, it's the talk of the town, so come on and listen now. It's Dino's Night Out on WRMN 1410.
And hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome to Dino's Night Out. Right here, each and every single Friday, Studio 14 from 2 to 4 o'clock. Man, have I got a show for you today. Originally, we were going to have Ron Onesti himself show up, but because of the Columbus Day and business constraints, we weren't able to get him this weekend. Hopefully, we're going to get him next weekend because just around the corner is Columbus Day. But first and foremost, I want to give a tribute to my mom. My mom, we lived on the south side of Chicago, originally 26th and Wallace. And anybody that knows the neighborhood, 26th and Wallace, that's the home of the Chicago White Sox, which is, we are broadcasters for the White Sox channel as well. But my mom, I always talk about 5'11", toughest woman you'd ever want to meet in that neighborhood. And we had some rough people in that neighborhood, Bridgeport area, Canaryville. So nonetheless, she was a diehard Sox fan. So, Mom, I love you. I know you're looking down on me. Go Cubbies, honey. Go Cubbies. All right. We got that out of the way. So many things, like I said, we have to talk about. But I first want to do our proper things. This show is brought to us all by the Arcata Theater, which is Ron Onesti of oshows.com. We know he's located at 105 East Main Street in beautiful downtown St. Charles. So here's what he's got going on today and tomorrow. Lately, I've been highlighting just what's going on there because we've had so much content, but I still wanted to make sure you knew what was happening. So although the day may be wrong, today is October the 3rd, the Arcata Theater, those of you watching this on the YouTube, Arcata Theater tonight at 8 o'clock will have Fleetwood Mac and Meatloaf. So Fleetwood Mac, they're the premier Fleetwood Mac tribute band. You're not going to want to miss them. And Meatloaf, world-class show that delivers the powerful, wide-ranging male and female operatic lead vocals, along with the epic theatrical element that Meatloaf fans have come to love. In an unforgettable evening of smash hits, if you love the music of Meatloaf, get revved up, man, because Meatloaf really incites each and every one of you there for crying out loud, and the words of the Meatloaf legend himself, keep rocking. So that's tonight at the Arcata Theater. Pay no attention to the date. And that's at the Arcata Theater tonight at 8 p.m. Now, on Saturday, once again, that would be the 4th. Those of you playing the home game. So on the Arcata Theater, October the 4th, 105 East Main Street, they got Firehouse with special guest Steelheart. Firehouse is taking the stage to give a long dose of metal. Get pumped up for a night of wild rock and roll that leave your ears ringing for days to come. You'll hear all of your favorites like Don't Treat Me Bad, Love of a Lifetime, All She Wrote, When I Look Into Your Eyes, and many, many more. And then Steelheart, who is actually, I believe, is going to be their special guest. They're in their rock and roll band, fronted by internationally known Croatian-American musician Miljenko Matalovic. How you like that? So Milenko, powerful, multi-phase vocal range, is and always has been the steel heart and soul of what is Steelheart. So you're going to want to catch that. And before I go to our in-studio guest, I want to remind everybody, Monday, October the 13th, 2025, is the 73rd annual Columbus Day Parade. This goes right down State Street, folks, not just like any other parade. This one goes right down from starting at Wacker, and there's going to be a presentation, I believe, at high noon or a little before. And then from that, we're going to go right down Wacker Drive. You want more information, go to www.jccia.org. Also an organization I belong to. We're very proud and privileged to have Ron Onesti as president of that organization as well. So a lot of things are happening, so much going on. Next week, I promise we're either going to have Ron or a representative in here to tell you about all the things the Columbus Day Parade represents. I thought this picture kind of captured it all. On this float over here, this was from last year, we, as Italian Americans, invite all ethnicities to our parade. And we have them all. We have the Polonaise, we have the Hispanic, we have the African American groups, we have the Jewish community represented, the Greek community represented. There's not a community that is not represented that is at our parade, because why? We believe in inclusion. October 13th, we even had the indigenous people. Last year, they came in, from several different states, and they loved the parade. We had talked about it. They're not upset about the Columbus Day and celebrating Columbus Day. These are times in our history that we have all gone through. And I think it's times that we need to say, hey, I acknowledge it. I understand what happened. Let's get better from it, okay? Instead of all this arguing and all this fighting, let's get away from that stuff. We are one. We are all people, okay? That's my message to everyone listening today. We are people. Our radio station, we welcome everybody here at WRMN, which is why we changed our format to be community broadcasters. Community broadcasters such as this. This morning's show with Chief Anna Lally, she had her crew who does the domestic violence. Now, they all work right outside of the police department, but if you heard the show, and I urge you to go back to it, domestic violence is one of the most unreported crimes, if you will, because of the situation that it is. But so many things have happened. So many things have changed. If you're a victim to any domestic violence, I urge you to go to the police station. Reach out to any one of the ladies. Start out with Chief Anna Lally, and she will direct you to who would be the best suited. But once again, they have one of the vehicles that have been wrapped, which has been donated by many people of the public within the Elgin community and even beyond in some cases. So the idea of wrapping these police vehicles, they're on patrol 24 hours a day. What better way to get a message out? So this is what we've elected to do, is also, as community broadcasters, promote each and every event. And they got something coming up on October the 11th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's called, and it's their third annual, it's called the Domestic Violence Awareness Walk. So get yourself over there. It's right behind City Hall, that little courtyard area. I believe that's where it all takes place. But please, check on it. You're not going to be disappointed. So many things that go on in the communities around us, and this is what we're trying to get out to you, our listeners, right here on WRMN, 1410 AM, as well as the YouTube. All you got to go to youtube.com/@WRMN Radio. And if you have any questions while we are doing our shows, we encourage you to call 847-931-1410. Real simple, 847-931, and the last four digits of our call letters, 1410. You know, we hear a lot of people always have comments after the shows go on, but we don't hear you. We want to hear you. We get a lot of emails. I get a lot of stuff to the email. I get a lot of stuff sent to me personally. But that being said, we encourage you to call. Please do me that favor and give us a call. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a short break, very, very short break. And when we come back, we're going to talk to a gentleman that's definitely no stranger to our station. He's been here on many different occasions. Tom Holbrook, who is putting together what is called the Bozeum. So, hey, folks, stand by. We will be back in just a few short moments.
Are you suffering with anxiety, depression, PTSD, an eating disorder, or even a substance abuse problem? If it's causing problems at work or with your family, get help now at Insight Mental Health and Wellness. We can help and treat all types of depression and mental issues. We'll help you use your insurance to get away from it all to a beautiful, sunny, and tranquil vacation-like environment so you can recharge yourself. And with the Family Medical Leave Act, you could take the time off you need from work. Plus, with the Affordable Care Act, your treatment could be 100% covered. If you're suffering from any kind of anxiety, depression, PTSD, eating disorder, or even a substance abuse problem, use your insurance and get away from it all. Come to sunny California. Call Insight Mental Health and Wellness now. 800-419-0287. 800-419-0287. 800-419-0287. That's 800-419-0287.
Ready to tackle your junk piles? Call the Junk Luggers. From old furniture to entire cleanouts, we do the heavy lifting. And here's the best part. We rehome and recycle as much as possible to keep it all out of landfills. Feel good about your cleanout the green way. Call 1-800-LUG-JUNK or visit junkluggers.com today for your eco-friendly, stress-free service.
Chicago defense attorney Mark Schieblo has co-authored the book titled DUI Jury Trial, which is a true story of a DUI case that he defended. The accused was an Illinois truck driver arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol. This book contains facts about the case from the date of the arrest up to the jury's verdict, and this nonfiction novel also includes the transcripts from the jury trial itself. The book DUI Jury Trial is now available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids right here in our own backyard are facing hunger every day? Without healthy food, it's harder to grow, to thrive, to feel their best.
The impact when children don't have enough to eat is tremendous because when you're hungry and your basic needs aren't being met, you cannot learn.
Every child deserves to be fed. This is a problem we know how to solve. Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Breakfast in the classroom contributes to kids being more focused, which leads to higher grades, and simply just their well-being.
Thank you! Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
Hey, and we are back at Dino's Night Out. I'm going to get to our first guest here in just a few short seconds. There's not really too much to, kind of preface ahead of time. And the gentleman's name is Tom Holbrook. And Tom Holbrook has the Bozeum. And Tom has probably the biggest private Bozo collection that's known to anybody at this point. So, that all being said, I would like to introduce my guest, Mr. Tom Holbrook. How you doing today, Tom?
Doing great, Mr. Dino. I'm doing great. Good afternoon, WRMN. Thank you for listening.
Oh, everybody loves to listen. We got to get their calls in. And again, any questions you got for Tom, it's 847-931-1410. So listen, what's going on? I mean, I understand you had yourself a nice little interview.
Yeah, we had a great interview on Monday, and yesterday was my big cake day. Got to eat some cake.
And you promised me some was your birthday.
Yeah, well.
So happy birthday to you a day late.
There's no cake left, I'm sorry.
I did think you did. I really don't need it either.
Yeah, there was only a couple slices. But yeah, it was a birthday party, and interestingly enough, Mr. Rick West from the Daily Herald came out on Monday and spent some time with me, and we talked about the Bozeum and the setup and what we're looking to do with everything. And then yesterday in the afternoon, digitally, the Daily Herald dropped this article, and then this hit the stands this morning.
And I have a few pictures that I'm going to share with the folks as well, if you don't mind.
Oh, you share whatever you like, Mr. Dino.
Oh, you're the gentleman that you are.
There we are. Look at that.
There we go. So this is what I saw out of the article. It shows you, first you're trying to hide your face.
No.
I know it. I know it.
I thought it was a real creative photo there. That's actually a photograph of me during the time that I portrayed Bozo the Clown from 2002 to around 2006. And we did some studio shots for promotion and such. And I'm wearing the WGN wig, and then the costume, because the costume, I still had to pick it up from the station for the event that I was doing. I worked the Bozo Ball for a few years at the Navy Pier. It's a very large charity organizational event, black tie, and that costume was being held by the station, and I didn't retrieve that until like the day before the event. But so we took some shots here. I had WGN's wig on, that's Joey Dioria's wig, which fit really nice. And then I was actually wearing a costume that I had created back in the 90s that literally helped me to get the job later on.
And I got a question on the costume, because I know there's a difference between the blue costume and the red costume. Can you explain that briefly?
Oh, yeah.
Because in the picture, you're sitting in a chair.
Yeah.
And there's a red costume.
There's one of the red costumes. In this article here,
is that Ray Brown?
That's actually Mr. Nedlock, Bob Bell, and Ray Rayner on this image
What did
here.
I say, Ray Brown?
Yeah, that's okay. Well,
I got all
actually, Roy Brown was Cookie the Clown.
Roy.
Yeah, Roy was Cookie the Clown for many years. He was also the puppeteer for Garfield Goose's Friends. And so in the early days of the Chicago show, the costume was red. And now the show started in 1960, but then Bozo Circus was relaunched, or Bozo was relaunched as Bozo Circus in 1961. And you had me on celebrating 65 years of Bozo making his debut in Chicago on that station.
And they went to the blue.
Yeah, well, they didn't go to the blue until probably 68, 69 or so. I might be a little off on that, but about a year into getting into color, they went into the blue costume.
What was the reason for that?
The red here's the story I was told. The red costume was chosen when Don Sandberg asked Bob Bell, which color do you like more, red or blue? And then I've also heard the story, and then Bob chose red. And then I've also heard the story that the red costume showed up better on black and white television.
Okay.
And so I don't precisely know, because sadly everyone has passed away. And there has been some interviews with Don Sandberg and with Bob and such that may mention the actual facts.
Producers as well may know.
Yeah, if they're still with us, God bless them all. Mm-hmm. God bless them all.
65 years. I'm sorry.
Yeah, 65 years. The show was launched in 1960 originally, and it was just Bob dressed as Bozo. And there wasn't no real circus. There may have been a set. There's not too much archive footage from that era.
Right.
And
things used to be put on film. They weren't saved like they were, or tape rather, and they would tape over the different episodes. Is that?
Well, that would have been like 2-inch quad tape back then. And I don't rightfully know. There might be some people out there, some big fans out there that might know precisely if they actually recorded it or if it was live. More so it was live. And a lot of fans go, they ask the question, how do I get a chance to see Bozo shows from the past? Because I was on the show, my brother was on the show or something. Unfortunately, the noontime show in most cases was live.
Okay.
And maybe on a special situation, special circumstance, they would record the show. But it wasn't too often. Whatever footage the station has been availed was either saved by staff members or fans when the recording processes at home became apropos, and or maybe performers or something that may have shot their own footage.
Wanted their own piece.
Yeah, there has been some interesting footage. The stuff that I like is the candid stuff. There has been some interesting footage that was shot from the audience's perspective, and it was shot on like a wind-up silent movie camera,
Okay.
So it has a lot of nostalgia to it.
Yeah, I'm going to click on this next one, and I'm going to want you to explain. You explained it to me, but the pertinence of the child bed and the
oh, my
nightstand.
goodness sakes.
I know that's quite a story.
Oh, I could regale you guys for an hour of all the craziness. I just want to give a shout out. I don't know how the audience feels, but the higher power, God has been good all the time. And a lot of things have come to fruition in a way that I have to attribute them to the higher power.
Absolutely.
I have to. And you see this crazy bed setup, and I have a display piece laying on the bed there because it's very fragile, blow molded plastic, and I don't want it to get any more beat up than it is already. And so I laid it on there just for safety situation. And there's a lot of material that's out of place that's being set there because I want it in that environment, but it hasn't been staged yet. You've got pillows, and you have a clothing tree and a coat rack and a television with the records, and you have a clothing rack there with T-shirts hanging off it, which will have a lot of Bozo T-shirts. But that bed setup was most unusual. A friend gifted me a crib setup, and I brought it to the location. Oh, we're on break.
Can you believe it's already the bottom
goes
of
fast.
the hour? Oh, very fast. So listen, we're going to come right back. You're going to stick around for a while. So I'm here with Tom Holbrook, putting together the Bozeum, talking about this great article that was in the Daily Herald. And we're going to talk some more about that, but we're going to finish the story about the bedroom setup that is in this particular shop. So, hey, hang with us, everybody. Be back in just a few short. WRMN 1410 AM in Studio 14 Live with my very dear friend, Tom Holbrook. We'll see you in just a little bit.
On WRMN, it's the talk of the town. So come on and listen now.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
This update brought to you by VaxAssist.com.
Aurora police recovered 2 firearms from documented gang members during separate traffic stops last week. 32-year-old Gabriel Martinez and a 15-year-old boy whose name police withheld were issued multiple felonies each after respective traffic stops on September 25th and 27th. Martinez was pulled over near North Avenue and Jackson Street around 11:06 p.m. September 25th after officers observed the car making stop sign violations. 2 days later, Special Operations Group investigators pulled a Toyota Camry over near Waldo Middle School for illegal window tints. While police spoke to underage passengers about tobacco violations, a 15-year-old boy, a documented street gang member, fled on foot while clutching his waistband. After a pursuit, officers caught up with the teen and found a Springfield XT9 handgun loaded with 15 rounds in his pant leg. A stage change is scheduled to take place today as part of the ongoing reconstruction of the I-55 bridge over Joliet Road in Bolingbrook. Lane closures will take place on outbound I-55 approaching Joliet Road. The ramps will not be impacted, and at least one outbound lane will remain open at all times, according to IDOT. The lanes that were closed overnight are open as of 5 a.m. today with the new traffic pattern in place. In the new configuration, outbound I-55 will be shifted slightly to the right to accommodate the next stage of bridge deck reconstruction. There will continue to be no shoulders throughout the work zone in both directions of I-55. Entrances, exits, and inbound I-55 will remain the same. A suspected meth lab sent police officers and firefighters to the hospital while responding to a level 2 hazmat incident at a Crestwood apartment complex. Officers and firefighters responded to a report of a possible meth lab late Tuesday afternoon in the 12700 block of Central Avenue. While inside the unit, 4 officers and 4 firefighters became sickened after breathing toxic fumes. They were transported to the hospital along with the accused meth lab operator. The 8 first responders were treated and released. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dogs here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
At Britain's Touchless Car Wash, they know life gets busy. That's why they're here 24/7 to keep your car looking spotless, fast, and easy. Their advanced brush-free wash technology delivers a sparkling clean without a single scratch, because they treat your car like it's their own. Here's the best part. Right now, you can get a free car wash just for joining their text club. It's simple. Just text BRITT to 30400, and your first wash is on them. Britain's Touchless Car Wash has two convenient locations, 1923 Larkin Avenue in Elgin and 555 Willow in West Dundee. They're proud to keep your car clean while giving back to our community. Text BRITT to 30400. That's BRITT to 30400. Now for your free car wash, and see why Britain's Touchless Car Wash is the fast, gentle, and reliable choice.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. This afternoon, mostly sunny with a high near 88, with temperatures falling to around 86. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 64. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 87, with temperatures falling to around 84 in the afternoon. Currently, it is 86 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. Do you feel stupid for buying a timeshare? Don't. It's not your fault. You were most likely told you could rent it, and it was a great financial investment. And the deal was available today only. If this happened to you, contact your resort or Wesley Financial Group for help today.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-791-1313. 800-791-1313.
Dino's Night Out on WRMN. It's the talk of the town, so come on and listen now. It's Dino's
Hey,
Night
we are
Out
back. Dino's Night Out. Man, we lost track of time real fast. I mean, just because we took that short break and we did our little front half of sponsorship and what have you. But, man, we got so much more in front of us. But when we got cut off, we were talking, and I'm going to go right back to that screen. We were talking about the bed, of how you were originally given a crib, and then you more or less changed it into a bed. Is that what the situation is?
Yeah, that's like one of the, you see the headboard there. That's
right.
One of the side ends of the crib, and it was wood to begin with, and I covered it with repurposed vinyl adhesive, and the end posts of the bed were not circular like you see them there. Those are actually cardboard tubes that I fitted, interestingly, onto the square rails that were on the side there. And the little red balls that you see were from a tchotchke toy that was sold at like the Dollar Trees. And I really thought it would fit the size of the tube and add to the look that I was going for. There will be a couple of little segments in the Boseum that will lend themselves to, i.e., like the bedroom here. It'll have the bedroom items in there. You'll have the alarm clock and the night light and clothing and things that you would find in a kid's bedroom that would have been in there back then. And then we'll also have it staged so you'll have the food products and a little leaf table, and you'll see the Bozo cereal and the bowl and the milk and all the crazy stuff that was licensed by Mr. Larry Harmon back in the day.
And I know you shared those items with me, but I wanted the people who haven't heard this story before to understand, well, what do you got a kid's bed in there for? Well, it's because of all the pieces.
And it was a fun place to put the folk art. I like collecting the folk art. I have some pieces from the 60s and from the 70s that kids
Lamps,
created.
piggy banks.
Yeah, things like that. That too. Those are licensed items. And the folk art, I needed a place to hang that material on the wall. And I was like, well, why not in the bedroom? Because it's away from the commercial stuff. It's almost like the person who was in the bedroom, if it were Bozo's bedroom or a child's bedroom, it's like they created the artwork and put it up there. Some of the artwork goes all the way back to '63, and which was someone saw like a TV guide cover, and they said, "Oh, I want to make a painting of that," and so they did. And of course, with my retentiveness, I was lucky enough to acquire it, and it just adds to it. Like in the article in the Daily Herald, I comment about finding the candid items. And if anybody has candid items out there, photographs with their favorite pal Bozo.
How would they reach you?
Oh, they can reach me by texting me at 224-760-3747. Or you can reach out to me via email, all lowercase letters. It's a Yahoo address at Tommy, Tommy, period, Holbrook, HOLBROOK at yahoo.com.
Say that text number one more time.
The text phone number, it's really easy. It's 224-760-3747.
Got it.
And if you have photographs, I understand you have an emotional attachment to them. I don't want to take them from you. And if you want to give them up, I'd be happy to receive them, or we could work something out. But to find a copy is good as well. And if you played the grand prize game, we're going to have a special wall dedicated to the grand prize game. And as I was saying about the food products, we're going to have a table set up so you can have all the various food products. You name it, it was more than likely licensed as a Bozo product.
Right.
Yeah.
And you got a certain flair for this. You have a lot of creativity.
Oh, you're very kind.
And you've been given this gift, of course, by...
WRMN is awesome.
Now, I'm talking about your real gift that you've been given for this is your higher power that has given you this vision to turn your collection into the Bozeum. Am I not right?
I would have to agree, but I'll tell you what, in my own humanness, I had moments of doubt that I wasn't really sure that this was going to come to fruition. I posted it on Facebook a couple of days ago that I actually had a dream to do something like this back in the late 90s. And I would travel past the station after I got off of 90, and there was a little strip mall there with a corner unit that was available. And it was available for quite some time. And I had an idea to stage the collection there, and I figured 150 people a day, 26 weeks out of the year, who waited 10 years to see the TV show or be a part of the TV show would love to visit a place like that. And of course, you'd go through and see all the memorabilia and materials. Now, it's not just Chicago, it would be across the nation,
right,
as well as the plethora of marketed material. But then you'd have to go through the Bozo gift shop. And you could buy old stuff and new stuff. And it'd be a great way to license the material and get it out there and market it and release it to people. And luckily, I found out that the show was going to be canceled. And so I never signed the lease and got myself into a situation where no show, no dough. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
But with the help of my friends at the Responsive Mailroom, we were able to stage the collection for the Collector's Call episode on MeTV. And they actually aired that twice. They aired it the previous season, and then they recently aired it again to open this season.
And that's the picture on the right that's...
Yeah, Collector's Call right there. We had that poster printed up, and all the people and the staff came by and signed it, and that was really cool of them.
Nice.
And but you'll see a lot of material on those pictures there. And right now, I honestly got ahead of myself because I had to feel how the room was going to flow. And there was a lot of work involved. As you know, the walls had to be cleaned and patched and then primed and then painted. And in order to do all that, I had to acquire the paint. The paint was a blessing, a donation. And a friend of mine, Tim, he's a painter.
There's so many different people, including myself, that are Bozo fans.
Amen.
I mean, as a little reference, they're big shoes to fill, as you could show.
Here's some shoes right here, yeah.
So you've got some huge shoes that you're having to fill.
Yeah.
And it's really something. I mean, what you've put together is really just, let me get you, here we go. It's just short of amazing.
Oh, it's a lot of fun.
You know, and you have the history of when it was owned by Capitol Records originally, and then it took its transition into Chicago. But every state or several states had their own market of bozos.
Every major marketplace in the country had a bozo show at one time or
another. And not all of them looked alike.
No, and not everyone had the large production that the Chicago show had. The Chicago show had one of the largest productions thanks to the vision of Don Sandberg. He's the one that said, hey, Bob Trendler's band is on payroll. Why don't we bring him in? And they really, once you heard that circus band kick up, that really added to the overall ambiance. But you touched a little bit on Capitol Records. You know that Bozo the Clown is going to be celebrating his 79th year as an American icon this November. 1946, Capitol Records released Bozo at the Circus.
And what do you have anything that shows what he looked like?
Bozo at the Circus was the first time that Capitol Records ever released a Bozo product, and it was the first time that a record and a book were timed together.
Okay.
So when you're playing the record and Bozo blew his whistle, that's when you turn the page.
I got you.
Yeah. So here we got a photograph showing Pinto Colvig right here, Pinto Colvig, in a sailor outfit. This was taken in the Clyde Beatty Circus at the Yankee Patterson Fairgrounds and in California in 1946, probably around the spring of 46. And initially, the whimsical illustrations that are in the Bozo at the Circus record reader were actually going to be photographs. And here's Clyde Beatty, the world's famous circus trainer here and lion tamer and everything. And this is what Bozo would have looked like. He would have looked like a sailor. And then they changed the character. And I got a little piece here. It's a piece of sheet music. I think people get a kick out of this. Bozo's song. And here's what Capitol Records changed the character to look like. And you'll see that the music and the lyrics and such are by Mr. Alan Livingston, who is a friend of mine and helped me in regards to motivating me for the Bozo Chronicles that I published in 2010. He wrote the foreword for it, and
nice.
Very touching for that.
So I got to ask you, I remember seeing some of the Bozo photos, dolls and what have you. I mean, they were almost scary looking. They looked like Raggedy Ann dolls, or they look nothing like this. So what year was that?
Well,
was that still in the 1946?
Yeah, 1946.
So everybody was just running wild on what they wanted to do as far as who Bozo was going to look like. Is that it?
No, Capitol Records initially had, there's a story in regards to the actual creation of the character with that Pinto Colvig was involved with. Livingston.
That was the actual first Bozo.
Yeah, it was Pinto Colvig. He was also the voice of Goofy and Pluto, as well as an animator and story writer for Walt Disney.
Okay.
And early in the day, he was basically an employee, but he was a contract player for Capitol Records and the Benny show and Jack Benny show, and he did a lot of radio and such like that. He did a lot of voiceovers, and a lot of animal and sound effects voices. He was prolific at that. So initially, this is what Bozo was to look like, but then they changed it. But in the original record reader, they actually kept this image, and they later on they caught up with continuity and they altered it all to look basically like this character here.
Right.
And that was in 1946, and he did have yarn hair and an oversized nose and the same frilly collar costume and everything. But in 1956, when the character, well, let me back up just a little bit. Capitol Records was really taken back with the fact that Bozo became as popular as he did. In 1946, the character debuted. By 1948, marketing and manufacturers were contacting Capitol Records and wanted to put out Bozo products. And customers were asking, can Bozo make appearances? And so Capitol Records really found out that they had a person novelty, as they called him. They called Bozo a person novelty. And Bozo could be all around anywhere. In the country, at every major Capitol Records office, they had a bozo costume and makeup, and they hired people to portray the character at record stores and such. And then they created a really fun promotional movie, and it's called Bozo Circus, and it was shot at Culver City in 1949, and it debuted in 51 in Hutchinson, Kansas. And that film, if you go on YouTube, folks, you can look for it. Go on YouTube and key in Bozo Circus, and my friend Mike posted that, and you'll see the first time that Pinto Colvig ever was on film speaking as Bozo. And then you'll see the second Bozo, who is Sid Saylor, portraying the character, and you'll see Art LaRue. It's a great movie.
When Pinto was doing it, did he have that big jolly laugh and everything
It was a little bit different.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit different. And in fact, to be honest, people look at it now and they say, oh, that's kind of creepy. Because Hollywood has really changed the perspective and the persona of clowns, which is something that David Arquette is working hard to change. He wants people to know that clowns are here for fun. Clowns are not to be monster sized.
The Shriners have had the fun.
Oh, we love the Shriner clowns.
For years.
The Shriner Circus is absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
What a great $1 million, fundraiser and charity fundraiser for the Shriners hospitals and everything. Here's a little here's a little guilty story that I like to share with people. I was working a show in Nebraska called Dr. Sanguinary's Creature Features, and I did puppeteering and set design and prop development and all kinds of gag writing and all kinds of stuff. And the character that I portrayed was a mixture between Wizzo and Grandpa Munster and Bert from Soap.
Okay.
And a lot of people may not remember.
I remember Soap.
And he was called Zombini. He was
Billy Crystal got to start off.
Oh,
with
yeah,
Soap.
he sure did.
Yeah.
And the character was kind of like Wizzo, but instead of saying doody doody doo, he said doodly doodly doo.
Okay.
And I had a stone as well. And I would always close my scene on the show, and I'm digressing a little bit, but I would close the scene in the show by doing the Bert vanishing. And now Zombini will do the only trick that Zombini can do that no one else can do. I will make myself disappear. I'm going. And then he would move his arms like this and he'd snap his fingers. I'm gone. And in Bert's mind on Soap, whenever he did that arm movement, and snapped his
invisible.
finger, he was invisible.
Yeah.
And so I took that on, and people were laughing about it. But what I like to do for the Shriners, and I've been doing it for years through the help of other people, I have collected over 60 gallons of pull tabs from beverage cans. And the Shriners utilize the pull tabs to pay for the transportation for the children to the hospital and such. And I guess there's more aluminum in that pull tab than there is in the entire can.
I think there is.
Yeah, that's what they say. I can't believe that, but that's what they say. So 60 gallons. My mindset was to collect 1 million pull tabs. I have no idea if 60 gallons is 1 million pull tabs.
I mean,
But do you know how small those things are?
It's got to be close if it's not 1 million.
But people have handed me bags of, here, we saved these for you.
And are they still collecting them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I still have some that I have to take into the Shriners. I'd like to go out to Nebraska. I've got a number of friends out there and such. But that's my little story about the Shriners. And they're really great people. And,
they have a facility in Oak Park.
Mm-hmm.
They have one, I think, in Bloomingdale.
We'll have to get Wizzo to go out there.
Yeah, he'd love to see it. The one in Oak Park, I used to go there, and I used to play Santa Claus in the 70s. And I'm going to tell you something. You talk about children that are afflicted with burns.
Cleft palates, crippling disabilities. Yeah.
2 arms missing, 3, whatever. But they are so grateful for anybody to show them any attention and to see Santa Claus.
Having normalcy.
Oh, my God. My makeup, I'd have to put it on 2-3 times. The tears running down my eyes because it's such a sad situation.
You're touching on something that means a lot to me as the Shriners Hospitals, the America's First Responders, St. Jude's, Alzheimer's Awareness. When we brought the Wizzo character out, when Marshall's family and Marshall said, hey, Tom, and I pitched the idea to him a few years earlier, but they said, hey, we'd like you to continue the legacy. And so in speaking with my friend, and you met Glenn Chelius.
Sure.
He and I brainstormed, and I said, there has to be a reason why Wizzo's coming back out. And we said right away, Alzheimer's. So we designed the costume to be purple and to reflect the Alzheimer's colors. And it's a great honor to have been involved with the Alzheimer's awareness groups and some of the fundraising. We've raised several thousands of dollars. We had a wonderful time in Santa's Village, one of your sponsors.
Here's a picture of Wizzo at the car show.
Oh, there we are. Check him out.
There you are.
That's my car. You know, what kind of car that is? You know what kind of car that is,
It looks
right?
like a Packer.
No, that's a Rose Canardly.
A Rose Canardly?
Yeah, you never heard of a Rose Canardly?
No, sir.
It's a beautiful car. It rolls down one hill and can hardly get up the next.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, that was a great photograph. Where'd you get that?
Isn't that neat?
Oh, is that
I'll
nice?
send it to you,
Is that from Sue and them?
No, that was taken by Bruce Shipyer.
Oh, yeah, Bruce and Sue. Yeah. Bruce and Sue
Bruce
Shipyer.
and Sue Shipyer.
Yeah, how wonderful people.
Great photographers.
Yeah.
Always supporters of the station. Yeah.
They are absolutely wonderful,
Aren't they wonderful people?
They have captured so many great images of Elgin just being Elgin and being fun and being an inviting city where it is welcoming. You can walk down the streets here. People say good morning.
Yeah. Nice.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. But you've really captured.
We get away from things. I'm sorry if we
That's okay.
digress a
No,
little
you
bit.
have.
If anyone's got a call, you know.
And we're waiting for them. But you've captured so much, a span of so much time within your collection.
79 years.
It is just amazing.
We're hoping to hold on to it to the 80th.
But the Chicago is 65 years old.
Yes. Yes.
But everywhere else is.
Well, some of the stations had shows that, like the Grand Rapids station that had Dick Richards as Bozo, that was several decades. And Art Servey in Detroit, he portrayed Bozo for several decades.
Now, did you know these different?
I've interviewed them and spoken with them. Yeah. I've interviewed and spoken with many of the Bozo actors across the country. Unfortunately, prior to the internet and even during the internet years, some of the folks have passed away.
Right.
And in some cases, they may be living in a senior center where you can't find them. Their address is not posted because they're pretty much off the board now.
Sure.
And that has happened a couple of times. But in my research, if I can't find the actual people, let me speak with the family. Let me speak with friends, coworkers, and such. And I'm not.
And I imagine you get some piece of memorabilia.
Sometimes you do, and that's what I was getting at. I don't always want to own their memento, but if they're willing to share it and maybe allow me to put it in the archives, that'd be great. But a copy is better than nothing.
Sure.
Here's how I look at it. In the country, we have all sorts of things that happen. God forbid, floods, fires, tornadoes, what have you. It's good to have the material in different parts of the country being archived. My friend Rob Labby was Bozo in Louisiana, and we had a number of situations occur in Louisiana. Katrina wiped out everything that he had. He only had a couple of photographs. And so, and those are missing as well. And luckily he had archived those few photographs online, and he shared them with me and shared with me his story of gaining the role of Bozo for the TV station he worked at. And in some cases, there have been items found that were not meant to be found in some cases because they were located at a Goodwill dump. Wow. A Goodwill dump store is a store or a room full of bins where they just throw stuff.
Have nothing to do with it.
Yeah, they just throw it in there.
They have no clue what it was.
Yeah, and someone...
Like a pair of shoes like that.
Yeah, they could have found
these are old Halloween costumes.
Yeah, and it gets thrown in there.
Yeah.
And the one of the scrapbooks I have in the collection was found, and it had some images, and a guy contacted me. It was really cool. He's up in the Seattle area. He goes, I found this, and I think you should have it. So we talked about it, and he mailed it to me, and lo and behold, it's the only material available from this gentleman's time as Bozo up in the Seattle area. I know that's kind of wacky. Why is this guy collecting all this? But if it's not collected and archived, it gets lost.
Lost forever.
Yeah, and if the stories aren't
Bozo was
told...
such an icon for me growing up, I know for you, but so many people have great memories of Bozo the Clown.
That's why this great opportunity with WRMN and with initially starting with responsive mailroom and collector's call, but this opportunity with WRMN to stage the Bozeum to help fans remember the fun.
Right.
You know, to be a kid again. To go and say, hey, I think I have a picture of myself with Bozo. I'd like to be a part of history. I'd like to share that. Oh, I was on the grand prize game and they took a picture of me. I'd like to share a copy of that.
Well, how about you found out that Maggie Beyer, she did the Ice Capade.
Isn't that beautiful? She did that ice with her brother. She was on the Bozo Circus show, and they had some footage, you know, and they shared that.
Yeah. These are the type of things. So, folks, you have any type of Bozo memorabilia, call our station, WRMN1410.com. You can reach Tom directly at that 847 number that we had given to me earlier. It's 224-760-3747. 224-760-3747. Send them a text, send them a copy. Do whatever you're able to do. But, Tom, you stick around for a little bit?
I can for you.
I love that. All right, so we're going to be back in just a few short moments, everybody. We're going to come back, talk to Tom Holbrook, more about the Bozeum. A lot of good things, a lot of good pieces of, little memory that's out there. Kind of brings it back for everybody. So we'll see you in just a few short moments after these messages.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent 700,000 federal and D.C. government workers who are the vital threads of the fabric of American life. We support our nation's military. We take care of our nation's veterans. We protect our nation's borders. We respond to our nation's crises and natural disasters. We provide services to our nation's seniors. The American Federation of Government Employees. We work for America.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent 700,000 federal and D.C. government workers who are the vital threads of the fabric of American life. We support our nation's military. We take care of our nation's veterans. We protect our nation's borders. We respond to our nation's crises and natural disasters. We provide services to our nation's seniors. The American Federation of Government Employees. We work for America.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 3 o'clock.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
This update brought to you by Cintas.
A stage change is scheduled to take place today as part of the ongoing reconstruction of the I-55 bridge over Joliet Road in Bolingbrook. Lane closures will take place on outbound I-55 approaching Joliet Road. The ramps will not be impacted, and at least one outbound lane will remain open at all times, according to IDOT. The lanes that were closed overnight are open as of 5 a.m. today with the new traffic pattern in place. In the new configuration, outbound I-55 will be shifted slightly to the right to accommodate the next stage of bridge deck reconstruction. There will continue to be no shoulders throughout the work zone in both directions of I-55. Entrances, exits, and inbound I-55 will remain the same. A suspected meth lab sent police officers and firefighters to the hospital while responding to a level 2 hazmat incident at a Crestwood apartment complex. Officers and firefighters responded to a report of a possible meth lab late Tuesday afternoon in the 12700 block of Central Avenue. While inside the unit, 4 officers and 4 firefighters became sickened after breathing toxic fumes. They were transported to the hospital along with the accused meth lab operator. The 8 first responders were treated and released. Aurora police recovered 2 firearms from documented gang members during separate traffic stops last week. 32-year-old Gabriel Martinez and a 15-year-old boy whose name police withheld were issued multiple felonies each after respective traffic stops on September 25th and 27th. Martinez was pulled over near North Avenue and Jackson Street around 11:06 p.m. September 25th after officers observed the car making stop sign violations. 2 days later, Special Operations Group investigators pulled a Toyota Camry over near Waldo Middle School for illegal window tints. While police spoke to underage passengers about tobacco violations, a 15-year-old boy, a documented street gang member, fled on foot while clutching his waistband. After a pursuit, officers caught up with the teen and found a Springfield XT9 handgun loaded with 15 rounds in his pant leg. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
This update brought to you by Progressive.
A suspected meth lab sent police officers and firefighters to the hospital while responding to a Level 2 hazmat incident at a Crestwood apartment complex. Officers and firefighters responded to a report of a possible meth lab late Tuesday afternoon in the 12700 block of Central Avenue. While inside the unit, 4 officers and 4 firefighters became sickened after breathing toxic fumes. They were transported to the hospital along with the accused meth lab operator. The 8 first responders were treated and released. Aurora police recovered 2 firearms from documented gang members during separate traffic stops last week. 32-year-old Gabriel Martinez and a 15-year-old boy whose name police withheld were issued multiple felonies each after respective traffic stops on September 25th and 27th. Martinez was pulled over near North Avenue and Jackson Street around 11:06 p.m. September 25th after officers observed the car making stop sign violations 2 days.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. This afternoon, mostly sunny with a high near 88, with temperatures falling to around 86. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 64. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 87, with temperatures falling to around 84 in the afternoon. Currently, it is 86 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. Do you feel stupid for buying a timeshare? Don't. It's not your fault. You were most likely told you could rent it, and it was a great financial investment. And the deal was available today only. If this happened to you, contact your resort or Wesley Financial Group for help today.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-791-1313. 800-791-1313. In the middle of the night, everything will be all right if you listen to Coast to Coast right here on WRMN, 7 days a week from midnight to 5 a.m. Each night on Coast to Coast, listeners are captivated by George Noory with discussions on news and current events, conspiracy theories, UFOs, life after death, and all things curious and unexplained. Coast to Coast, every night, midnight to 5 a.m. right here on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
A recent Gallup poll indicated that 38% of Americans are putting off health care because of financial concerns, the highest ever recorded. I'm Dr. Bob Martin, here to serve you every Sunday afternoon from 1 to 4. Millions of Americans are seeking health advice that will not cost an arm and a leg, so I offer health tips and advice absolutely free. Listen to my show, Sunday afternoons from 1 to 4 right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM, the voice of the Valley.
Dino's Night Out on WRMN. It's the talk of the town, so come on and listen now. It's Dino's Night Out on WRMN 1410. On WRMN, it's the talk of the town, so come on and listen now. It's Dino's Night Out on WRMN 1410.
And we are are back to Dino's Night Out right here at WRMN Studio 14 in here live. Just as a quick reminder, reminding everybody that our show is brought to you every week from 2 to 4 by Ron Onesti of the Arcata Theater, oshows.com. Today we have a real special guest in the studio, and that guy is right there, right next to me, and his name is Tom Holbrook. Tom, how you doing today?
Hey, that's me.
Hey, that's me. God, I remember hearing that growing
We
up.
had Ron Onesti out at the location that was set up for the collector's call shoot over at the Responsive Mailroom. We utilized the conference room there. That was a 16 by room, and it really made things look packed for the Zoom call for the producers for the collector's call show, and I think that really helped nail it. And I am anticipating to tease them with the new location, and I don't think they've ever done a revisit, but maybe they will. Wouldn't that be something special?
Wouldn't that be sharp?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
You'll have everything laid out just the way you want it.
We've got a number of pieces that we have a number of pieces that were not able to be displayed, which will add to the overall.
Still have that animated unit.
Oh, now you see you're giving up the goods there. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Made in Illinois here.
Right.
And the company, Penn & Gerber and Associates, they were responsible for making a lot of animations for the windows and mall displays throughout the Chicagoland area. And they created this life-size animatronic bozo.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that in operation. I bet you too.
I'll be honest with you, it does work, but it's got these motors in it that are like, so it's not the most pleasant thing to listen to. And because of its age, being like 50 years old, I'm always kind of like, well, it was literally an old-fashioned mannequin that they opened up the back in and fit these motors into it.
Well, if you
it was old school.
The Marshall Fields,
that's the stuff.
Down State Street,
they made
they
the
used
stuff
to have that.
Yeah, the animals spinning
years
around.
ago, this was an animated thing where the arms went up and down.
Yep.
That was full animation, as opposed to what they have today, right?
And Penn & Gerber was one of the companies that was responsible for creating that material visually for everybody.
A lot of changes.
Yeah, a lot of changes.
65 years, a lot of things have happened in 65 years.
In the Chicagoland area, it was a big marketplace for the character, but in other parts of the country, it was big as well.
Right.
And a lot of people may not know that Bob Bell, who is probably one of the most popular bozo actors in the country because the station went cable wide in the 80s, did not like to do personal appearances. And here we got a photograph from around 1965 featuring one of the actors that worked for the Al DeVorn and Vincent Georgi agency making an appearance. Here's a personal appearance. You can see Bozo in the crowd there, surrounded by thousands of people. They came out like it was Beatles or Elvis, you know. And if you look real close, I like to joke about this. If you look real close, you'll see Jake or Elwood right here.
Yeah, there is with that top hat. He was a security probably.
Yeah, he probably was.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so one of these costumes, a costume that this actor is wearing, making an appearance and seeing the fans.
Now, would that be the blue or the red?
That would have been a red costume.
Okay.
Yeah. As far as I know, this would have been a red costume.
It photographed better with the black and white pictures.
And then later on, the Al DeVorn and Vincent Georgi, they started using the blue costumes for their actors and such. And these shoes were worn by one of the appearance actors here in the Chicagoland area.
Yeah.
So I've been very fortunate. I'm not trying to brag. I'm trying to just lift up the higher power. But I've been very fortunate with the people that the universe and the higher power put on my path in order to find things and acquire things and for opportunities and things like that, because it doesn't come together as a one-man show. It really does not. And when I wrote the Bozo Chronicles and published it back in 2010, on the cover it says, by Tom Holbrook and Friends. And I thought it was very important within that book to pay tribute to the actors as well as the musicians and voice actors and the artists and everybody who was involved. I had a unique opportunity to interview Yuan Rassi, who's a trumpet player for the Billy May Band, and June Foray, who is a voice actress for cartoons, known better as Grandma with Tweety and Grandma's Adventures, or Natasha Bonaparte, or the ever popular Rocky the Flying Squirrel.
Oh, sure.
Oh, she was just beautiful and wonderful. And she allowed me to interview her, and her information and her career is noted within the Bozo Chronicles.
And you've saved these on digital formats.
Oh, it's interesting. We most of the times either I had a phone interview or I sent a letter, and they answered the questions, and they sent the letter back. And I had a forethought when I was creating the Bozo Chronicles to create photo montages. And I would send 30 photo montages to the person I interviewed, and they graciously signed them. So there's an opportunity and an idea that I had to publish a copy of the Bozo Chronicles in hardback, and in that hardback, you would receive original vintage paraphernalia, paper items or something, as well as the signed photo montages. And you would receive about 15 to 17 photo montages signed by the likes of Alan Livingston, the creator of Bozo, signed by Yuan Rassi, signed by William George, who was an artist on some of the Capitol Records products and such. And another unique story, and again, don't take me as bragging, folks. I'm just sharing how this came together. It's been a unique experience. A friend of mine, he's passed away. Most of the people have passed away, unfortunately, and I've been very fortunate to be able to speak with them and receive from them. And a couple of people that come to mind, one is Fred Rice, who was a artist at Capitol Records, involved with a lot of the advertising and other things like album illustrations and product design and such like that. Well, when he left Capitol in the 60s, he was able to take his files with him.
Oh, nice.
And I had heard about him quite a bit, and he had heard about me quite a bit. And one day we got together on the phone, and we're talking, and I'm sharing my dream and my desire. And a week or so later, a couple of boxes of material show up.
Nice?
And in that material, you'll see in the article, there's a wonderful shot of a mask, a paper mask. And Fred Rice had illustrated that paper mask. And initially, I think or maybe it's online. It must be on the online one. But you go online, you can see it. And initially, it was a display that he had created for Capitol Records. And then he got the idea to turn it into a paper mask, and they gave out thousands of these paper masks.
With the stick where they
No stick. You'd hold it up and it had the eyes that you could, open up, and so they could see through it. And then I have, again, the candid photographs are wonderful. A friend of mine, he's passed on. His name was Jack McGuire. In the summer of 1949, he was in Monmouth, Illinois, attending college in the theatrical department. He went on later to be in the service and in broadcasting, and he finished up his career as a podcaster for travel logs.
Right.
And so he had on his blog a photograph of Bozo the Clown surrounded by a bunch of kids, and some of them had the paper masks in their hands. So I pursued Jack McGuire, and I had to do a lot of backwards engineering in regards to my research. Come to find out, he lived in Wheaton, Illinois. And his wife, who uniquely is named Jill, Jack and Jill.
Jack and Jill, sure.
She responded to my phone call. I had a chance to interview Mr. McGuire, and he, too, signed the photo montages for me. And so I pay tribute to his career, like I did in the Bozo Chronicles. I pay tribute to the people's careers and what they've done with Bozo. So each person gets 3 or 4 pages, and it's just not their Bozo work or their work with Capitol. It's about their careers. And you'd be surprised, a lot of them had broadcasting careers, if they were actors or voice actors or something like that.
Right. Well, there's so much that went into the Bozo.
Oh, the Bozo Chronicles.
Production
Oh, yeah.
And I'm pulling up right now the Chronicles.
The cover.
Yeah. And I just got Matt to come in here, so this way I can click on each of the ones because
he's
I'm
a
not
wizard
good
of the control-a-phone there.
Yeah, there we go. So here's what we've done now. Pulling up the Chronicles.
You're adding to the story.
Those of you watching the
that's
YouTube.
The Bozo Chronicles.
So here we have.
That's what the mask looked like.
That was the mask.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if you look at this image, this is what Capitol Records finalized as Bozo the Clown's look.
Okay.
And
again, Capitol Records was before 1960.
Yes, the character changed dramatically around 1957 when Larry Harmon acquired the licensing rights, he and his partners. And Harmon changed the hair a little bit, even though the hair was winging out. Oh, there's a handsome guy with a bunch of Bozo stuff. I wonder who he is. I got to meet that guy.
He's a real Bozo.
And if you look at that image on the Bozo Chronicles, that's actually an image of the world-famous circus clown, Lou Jacobs.
Okay.
And Lou Jacobs was the only living human being with his face on a postage stamp. But they didn't know that he was real and he was live. But if you were to take an image from 1938, a Life magazine photograph from 1938, and lightbox it over that image there, it's pretty much line for line.
Gotcha.
But they changed the colors so they could get away with it. And I heard tell for years Lou Jacobs had one of the paper masks on the inside of his circus trunk. See, that's what the character looked like back in the day.
Those are the ones
those are those rag dolls.
On the creepier side, but
well,
if you want to call it creepy.
Yeah, and you could see that he had the red eyebrows and the big garish smile, and there's Harmon's book. Okay. Interesting. Here's a story. I love sharing this. I knew Harmon was working on a book because I knew him and I had worked for him. That book right there in my book, the covers are similar. That was happenstance. Neither one of us knew what was entailed. In fact, he wasn't involved with I don't think he was too much involved with the design of the cover because he had already passed away when his book was published.
Okay.
In 2010. My book came out just before his, and interestingly that we split the cover kind of like that, you know. If you took,
you should have made a compromise. You take the left side, he takes the right side.
Well, that's what happened. He got the right side there, and mine was on the left side. Actually, I had spent time with Mr. Harmon working, and there's a Bozo from Baltimore.
That's a rough looking Bozo.
Yeah, well, every studio, there's Joey Dioria out of makeup, and there's a wonderful painting that we have by Conrad Hack in the background there. And if you look on the side, you'll see a bunch of illustrations from various newspapers from the editorial page and such. Oh, yeah, Bozo approved. So I'm getting off on a tangent here, which I can always do.
That's okay. I'm just trying to bring, these are from the Chronicles.
Yeah.
I don't know if I got them all focused in just right.
There's Dream Along with Bozo.
I'm doing something wrong here. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Matt will help you.
Yeah. My guy's in the office here.
Just scroll
there's
down.
what I did.
That's a very. We're going to have that on in the bedroom, on the bedroom wall. Dream Along with Bozo. We're going to put that record cover on the wall there.
And
it's
now,
just to tie it
Bozo, I noticed it on his gloves here. His logo, his name Bozo on all the gloves. Like on WGN, I don't recall.
Bob never had a letter or the name on the cuff.
I don't recall seeing it. Okay.
Joey had a B.
Okay.
And there.
Yeah, I do remember somebody having a B.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Joey had a B on his. Here's a picture of Joey here.
Yeah.
And the other television personas is Joey. He's a wonderful looking Bozo the Clown actor. He portrayed Bozo from 1984 or so till the end of the show in 2001. And when he was working the Bozo Ball, I got to wear his tuxedo costume and everything like that when I started working the Bozo Ball. And he's a wonderful man. And the differences in the character cuffs, some of the costumes were made for that specific actor, or they acquired an official Larry Harmon costume.
I got you.
And
they wanted to put their own little flair.
But that was something that Harmon did not mind at first. Yeah, that is Dick Richards. You'll see that he's got. He's from the
Columbus.
No, Michigan. He's up in Michigan.
I see COL.
That's probably from a game or something.
Oh, okay.
But he has the Bozo name on his cuffs, and Dick,
there they are.
Dick Richards was the second Bozo up there. The first one was Mr. Merchant, He was the first bozo up there. But they had the cuff on there. And that's a traditional Larry Harmon costume with a red sash and everything. And if you look on the internet, folks, you'll see a lot of fun images of bozo from various parts of the country. And in the Bozeum, we have images of bozos from all around the countries, as well as from Thailand and France and other parts of the world. Bozo is very popular in Germany, France, Japan, especially in Brazil. Very much so in Brazil.
Okay, and here's another neat picture.
That's Mr. Larry Harmon running for president.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's dressed as bozo. He's a write-in candidate. That was back in the 80s or 90s.
This is the picture here
Yeah.
in the center that I always remember bozo.
Yeah.
And I think most people do.
You know, WGN never used that image.
Really?
No. They had the image that I showed you with the megaphones or the images or the buttons themselves. That's a really hard piece to find here. Let me show you the other images. Now, put the article here. Here's a giveaway that WGN had featuring the red costume. It's called a Do Funny, a little punch-out piece that kids would have put together, and then they would have moved the paper, and it would look like Bozo's hitting the drum. But here you'll see some of the beige button. The blue button was first, and the beige button, and those are the kind of the paraphernalia that they gave away. I didn't bring with me the WGN buttons that everybody is so fond of that had Cookie and Ringmaster Ned and Bob Trendler and all the other characters and such. There's one individual that I hope to go see this week, a friend of mine, and his name is Dick Lubers. He's the last remaining cast member for the Chicago show. We had him at the library event, and he's a wonderful man, and here's
another early bozo.
Oh, that's Pinto Kovic. If you guys are watching online, you'll see Pinto Kovic. That was taken around 1948.
Capitol Records.
Yeah, Capitol Records. Yep. And you see he's got Bozo on there.
He's got him on his cuffs.
Yeah, and if you can scroll up a little bit with the picture, you'll see that there's a little hat there. Pinto Kovic was the only Bozo actor that wore a hat.
The sailor hat.
Yeah. Okay. He's the only one that wore a hat.
Is that amazing?
So they featured the hat on.
Now, these are all, anybody could see these if you go to the Bozo Chronicles.
Now, some of these images are not mine that you're pulling up from the internet, but I do have them in the original format in the Bozeum, either collected in postcards or from newspaper articles. That's the kind of material I'm looking for. I'm looking for postcards, photographs.
Here's my guys.
Bob Bell and Roy Brown, Bozo and Cookie.
Made the funniest skits that anybody did. I mean, these guys were hilarious together. And then he even brought, what was the other guy?
You had Old Oliver, who was Ray Rayner.
Not Oliver.
You had Don Sandberg as Sandy the Clown.
And he was the quiet, he didn't talk.
He actually did talk, but he wasn't mic'd.
Right.
And you didn't hear him.
Okay.
And
but when these
then you had Wizzo.
Going,
you had Wizzo, Marshall Brodeen. Yeah.
How about, let me put him up there for you. There's
the Marshall Brodeen as Wizzo.
But you're now the older of the rights too.
Well, I actually, the family retains the rights. I just have the rights to utilize the character for fundraising and for marketing and for advertising and just to make sure that they're continuing the legacy. Marshall Brodeen Jr. is out there doing magic shows, continuing his father's legacy.
Does he dress up as...
he has at times, but the persona-wise, it's me. Yeah, is that picture that you had.
And I'll be honest with you, I've seen nobody do it as good as you.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
Really are.
I'd like to copy all the mannerisms that Marshall had.
Yeah, you had them.
I'd like to do that. Wait a minute, I don't understand.
Yeah, well, this one here, though, this picture, these are the ones that remind me of, the fun. The sets falling back and the backdrop. And
remember the fun.
Just the laughing. They couldn't even
let it rip.
Couldn't even get the words out sometimes. And in this picture here.
Let me see what you're showing
I think this one is probably.
You're making this fun, Mr. Dean.
Well, you know what? These are all of our times. It's not just your times. You're bringing it to a beautiful, neat new level. So how you like that?
Oh,
that's the ones that I remember too.
Again with the red costumes. So this would have been in the early years on the right, yeah.
And Ray Rayner.
Rayner, yep. Old
The only one that's missing is Cookie.
He wasn't on the show yet.
Oh, okay.
See, when Ray left and Don was retiring, they gave Roy a chance to audition. It was a live audition. He was also auditioning with another actor who portrayed a character called Elrod T. Potter.
Okay.
And that character, the name of the actor is eluding me at this time. I apologize. You got me. He was a bozo actor like in Iowa. And then he left that show and he came to Chicago for the casting call. And he and Roy Neil Tobin, he was the actor.
What year would this be?
This would have been, probably 80s or 90s or so. You know that Bob continued the show till, it couldn't be the 90s. Had to be the 80s because Bob retired in 83, 84. Does it have a date on there?
Yeah, it was from a broadcast of 9/10 of 1979.
Yeah, so that's the 70s.
Show off, Matt.
Yeah, now they changed the set quite a bit. Now there are some people out there like my friend Mark.
Everybody thinks this is easy. It's
not easy to remember this stuff.
No, I'm not talking that. I mean, running all these screens and everything going on, you think I'm a genius, but I'm not. I got Matt on the side,
Matt,
Dennis. Yeah. Oh, my God.
Thank goodness.
And you narrating all this stuff. Yeah, this is really something. Yeah.
They changed the set quite a number of times. Here's a sad story. They showed a picture of some props on Facebook, one of the pages, and they said, I wonder what happened to that. We always wonder what happened to that stuff. Well, the prop room is only so big.
Sure.
And when the set changes, and it only changed a few times, that material, because it was just looked at as material, was in most cases put in a dumpster.
Oh.
Yeah. So the photographs are all that survive. That's why it's important to archive this material. In some cases with Bozo, I don't know about the show until we find an advertisement.
Well, we're at that bottom of the hour.
Dino's Night Out.
You're going to stick around for the whole thing.
If you wish.
If you don't mind.
I don't mind.
So we're going to be back in just a little bit, but we're going to give you a little teaser. That's the Larry Harmon movie from 1992. That's what it says, at least on the
it's a cartoon package.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So when we come back, we're going to be back here with Mr. He's also Rizzo, and he's got such a collection with the Bozeum. You're going to want to come back and see a little bit some more. We are going through from 1960, 1946. We're hitting them all. So please, stay with us. Come back in just a little bit. And join us for another segment, another half hour to go. Dino's Night Out right here, WRMN 1410.
It's the talk of the town, so come on and listen now.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
This update brought to you by VaxAssist.com.
Aurora police recovered 2 firearms from documented gang members during separate traffic stops last week. 32-year-old Gabriel Martinez and a 15-year-old boy whose name police withheld were issued multiple felonies each after respective traffic stops on September 25th and 27th. Martinez was pulled over near North Avenue and Jackson Street around 11:06 p.m. September 25th after officers observed the car making stop sign violations. 2 days later, Special Operations Group investigators pulled a Toyota Camry over near Waldo Middle School for illegal window tints. While police spoke to underage passengers about tobacco violations, a 15-year-old boy, a documented street gang member, fled on foot while clutching his waistband. After a pursuit, officers caught up with the teen and found a Springfield XD9 handgun loaded with 15 rounds in his pant leg. A stage change is scheduled to take place today as part of the ongoing reconstruction of the I-55 bridge over Joliet Road in Bolingbrook. Lane closures will take place on outbound I-55 approaching Joliet Road. The ramps will not be impacted, and at least one outbound lane will remain open at all times, according to IDOT. The lanes that were closed overnight are open as of 5 a.m. today with the new traffic pattern in place. In the new configuration, outbound I-55 will be shifted slightly to the right to accommodate the next stage of bridge deck reconstruction. There will continue to be no shoulders throughout the work zone in both directions of I-55. Entrances, exits, and inbound I-55 will remain the same. A suspected meth lab sent police officers and firefighters to the hospital while responding to a level 2 hazmat incident at a Crestwood apartment complex. Officers and firefighters responded to a report of a possible meth lab late Tuesday afternoon in the 12700 block of Central Avenue. While inside the unit, 4 officers and 4 firefighters became sickened after breathing toxic fumes. They were transported to the hospital along with the accused meth lab operator. The 8 first responders were treated and released. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Let's go!
you're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dogs here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Do you own an annuity, either fixed rate, indexed, or variable? Are you paying high fees and getting low returns? If so, Annuity General would like you to have this free book to learn the pitfalls and mistakes of buying an annuity. The Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers contains the little-known truths about annuities, like how to help reduce your fees and increase retirement income. And it's free. That's right, free. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report just for calling. We researched over 1,000 annuities and summarized rates and benefits from financially strong insurers. You get Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and the Annuity Rate Report, both absolutely free for calling Annuity General today. Hurry, supplies are limited. Call now.
800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. That's 800-760-1845.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. This afternoon, mostly sunny with a high near 88. Temperatures falling to around 86. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 64. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 87. Temperatures falling to around 84 in the afternoon. Currently, it is 87 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Walk right through the door. It's all here to explore. With guides in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Hey, you're right. You're back, or we're back. We're all back. WRMN 1410, Dino's Night Out, right here each and every Friday from 2 to 4. So we got Mr. Holbrook in the office, and he is telling us all about everything, anything Bozo related. So glad to have him in. So we just want to reintroduce you, Tom, because that's what we do. Say hi to everybody.
Well, good morning, WRMN. I know some of you are thinking it's afternoon, but it's probably morning for some of you as well.
A lot of people it could be.
Yeah. I'm very happy for this opportunity. Thank you, Dino. I appreciate the WRMN audience.
Glad that you came in today. I can't begin to tell you.
I hope we're not boring anybody out there talking about something from 60 years
ago. All they got to do is call on the phone and say, hey,
I would love to talk to anybody about Bozo.
I'm going to put on something on the screen that we were talking about. And let me find the screenshot. There we go. Now, that first costume, that's the one that you said that was your audition costume that you made?
That was a costume that I made in the late 80s, and I wore to Halloween costume contests. And oddly enough, I'm not bragging, I won 99.9% of the time.
I like that.
Everyone was like,
now,
oh my
I'm
God.
seeing the other one. What's that red one next to it? Is that a legit one?
That's a legit costume that was worn by an actor that portrayed Bozo the Clown for personal appearances in the Chicagoland marketplace.
And it appears like there's only a B on the cuff.
No, that actually says Bozo.
Does it say Bozo?
Yeah.
And what about that blue one?
That
is that
blue
from
one,
Pinto?
that is an official Larry Harmon costume.
Larry Harmon.
Yeah, and so is the next one there. It's probably Frank Averush's costume.
With the white collar.
Well, it's bluish. Yeah, a lighter blue.
Oh, okay.
And that was more than likely worn, well, I know it was, if I could identify it. It was worn by Frank Averush out of Boston. He was a very popular Bozo. In fact, those are his wigs right there.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, those wigs are Frank Averush's wigs.
Now, they weren't quite as red as the Bozo of Chicago.
A little bit different, yeah. Joey's wigs and Bob's wigs. Everybody had their, Bob Bell's wigs were made by a different person. In a lot of cases, the studios received their materials from Larry Harmon. In Chicago, they had their own costumes made. They had their own wigs made and things like that. Yeah. And in fact, you'll see that Bob's nose is different. You know, I had that image earlier. Oh, okay. And the nose is kind of flat on the sides. And I'm not precisely why they did that. Maybe for a visual.
Fitting.
Yeah, fitting. But it was made out of balsa wood. And
oh, really? It's made of wood?
Yeah, I worn it. I actually made my own Bozo noses when I was portraying Bozo for the Bozo Ball. And
so how did
everything.
they stay on you?
Oh, it's.
I mean, you got a good sized honker to start with.
Yeah, I know it's grown bigger. It's
not like I should talk.
I see pictures of me. I'm like, my nose is getting bigger. And so it's strung with catgut into an elastic band that goes around your head. Yeah.
All right. So you don't see it with the makeup?
No. Well, you can, but you don't. You know.
Okay. Well, which one is it? You can or you can't?
Well, it depends on the lighting. Okay. You know. In a lot of cases, like
I'm only playing.
If you got close to Bob Bell, you would have seen the catgut.
So you went in our break and you got a few more cool things that we want to show.
Yeah, I brought with me. We were talking about Frank Averush there, and his show was very popular in Boston, and it had a fairly large production and a good group of kids, and they had Bozo's Treasure Box, and they didn't have the grand prize game.
Okay.
They did all kinds of other different relay games and activity games. The grand prize game was developed by Don Sandberg for the Chicago marketplace, and anything that was developed for the TV shows basically became Larry Harmon property.
Okay.
Because of the contracts. And so
now I think GN still has the actual
the
spindle
postcard drum. They have a version of it that was redone. That was redone or remade a couple of times throughout the 40 years that the show was on.
Imagine all the use.
Yeah, and
there's nothing. I can't imagine anything that was original would still be in use today. Just take there's
going
all the way down
like that
to 46.
drum, the drum that you showed with a cookie in front of it. That's still there.
They do have that one.
Yeah, they still have that at the Broadcast Museum when they reopen. Okay. And there's a few other prop items or staging items that are still available. Some things have been painted over and changed, and like Rich Coase, God bless him, he's a wonderful man, wonderful performer, better known as Svengoolie.
Right.
Originally known as the son of Svengoolie. He started out as a writer for Jerry G. Bishop, and when he assumed the moniker of Svengoolie, he got the original casket that Jerry G. Bishop used.
Oh, no kidding.
Well, you know what happens? You want to change the set a little bit, you want to up it a little bit, make it more you, they paint it over it.
Yeah. Well, one thing that's interesting, people don't realize, if they've ever been to the WRMN studios here,
gotta love it.
We do the toy drive for Toys for Tots, which will be coming up soon.
Please participate.
That cart that's here, my father was a commercial artist. So that's the actual cart of the Doublemint twins stood in front of Wrigley Spearmint Gum. Was out of Wrigley Building right here in Chicago. Yeah. When they were tearing that place and demoing it, I used to do that work before. We got the contract. I opened up this box, and this is the actual cart.
Wow.
That the Doublemint twins, you see it by the a swimming pool one time. You see it.
We'll have to find some of the advertisements and put it with it.
But the point that I'm bringing up, not so much about the Wrigley or Doublemint twins, was the fact that the paints that they used most of the time were a flat paint because of the lights of the cameras. It wouldn't catch it properly. So, you know, if you put too much glossy paints, it wasn't working.
Yeah.
So I could imagine some of the things like you're saying have been painted over. It looks like heck in person, but on camera, it gave a different image.
That's where I got into the retentiveness that I have when I was painting the decor on the walls at the museum here.
Right.
And I'm looking at old pictures. I don't want it to copy it. I just want it to have a remembering feel that people, okay, they can associate with it because it looks the part.
Right.
And keeping the lines absolutely tight and sharp is near, it's hard. Challenging, very challenging. So I was like, you know what? It's never going to be perfect. As long as it looks good, people are going to be happy. And when you went to the television studios, you would see the flaws that the camera does not pick up. A little secret, a lot of people may not know. Wonderful, wonderful show. We watched it every Sunday. Family Classics.
Right.
Now, I went there with my high school choir, and we sang at the studio for Christmas. And that set was there, with the Roy Brown painting of Gar over the chair, which is absolutely gorgeous. And we have a poster print of that in the museum. And the books that says Moby Dick and...
they're wooden.
No, they're not wooden.
What are they?
They're gorgeously painted on the cover and on the spine. Encyclopedias.
Oh, no kidding.
I was heartbroken.
Well, so they're all the same
I was
size.
thinking I was looking at Mutiny on the Bounty, and I was like, oh my gosh, no.
But they were actual books in
they're
a
actual
bookshelf.
books.
Yeah, neat.
Books, yeah.
Yeah, and like you say, you don't see all the
television,
the dings and scratches because, you're talking back then an era of, I imagine the unions are
low-res television too.
Number one. Yeah. But number two, you had, union workers. All right, slide in stage 2. Get out stage 4.
That's a good point.
And these guys are banging things into the walls because they're in a hurry. A lot of the sets were on casters.
Yes, they were.
And it was like, well, we got to get this in and out. I did a little research myself as well. And, there's so much to that people don't realize. And sometimes how many times you think the chair is that perfect chair, but a whole hunk of wood got chipped off. So they'll put a little
gaffer's
styrofoam and even the gaffer's tape and paint it. And, brown is brown on the air and with the low res. But today, if you look at the high resolution, even today myself, I wasn't able to shave. My wound has been kind of
healing up good.
Yeah, it's
You're
healing
sounding good.
But it's acting up a little bit. So he said, look, lay off the shaving for a bit. And but if I was to put the camera on me close, and we don't have the high res camera, you'd see just like you watch now.
You're not ready for your close up, Mr. DeVille?
No, not me. No, I don't want it either. That's why I'm showing you more than me. But the idea
I didn't shave either.
It's,
I'm kind of
the high
scruffy.
resolution. If you watch GN, CBS, Channel 5, you zoom in on those.
They have special
anchors.
filters on those.
I mean, they
talking
look
heads,
pretty
too.
rough. Like, oh my God, don't you shave when you go to work? Even Larry Potash, the most prim and proper guy of them all. Sometimes you look at him, it's rough. So
The lighting,
anyhow,
everything.
I digress.
I'm just saying
even
like with Bob Bell's nose would be a little chipped up, but you wouldn't see it on the camera.
No.
And they wore that stuff 5 days a week.
That's the miracle of TV, right? And that's the miracle.
That's one of the fun things I like to find as well are the studio shots of the shows, and to see what it was like in the museum. We have what's called the production Bible. Right. It's a book that was given to the television stations on how to market the show, how to create the set, how to do everything and anything. The games, everything involved is in that book. It's a magnificent book. And in fact, if you have that, you can basically start your own TV station. And, if you want to take over WRMN and start doing it. Yeah, there you go. But I brought with me some crazy pictures. Here's a image of Willard Scott as Bozo. We mentioned him earlier. Willard Scott is Bozo up in the Washington, D.C. area. I may not remember all the names of the people here. Here's Tom Matzo. Is like in, I want to say, Philadelphia. He was Bozo. Some of the images will
you may
look
have
different.
To bring it just a little bit closer.
Okay, my bad.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then we got a couple of other actors here. You see the colorful set here, and these are black and white. These are postcards that may have been signed by Bozo or given away at the show. And sometimes, like with advertisements here, finding an advertisement was the only remnant of the show's history. There wasn't much in regards to articles to be found, and now they are being found, thankfully, and postcards given away. And here we have another individual. He was portraying Bozo the Clown. You could see the set was all garishly painted to look circus-like, and a lot of colors. And
even those little quarter rounds, they still have a few at GN.
Yeah.
Like for the different
for the audience, yeah.
A lot of those have been missing too.
Well, they're missing chips and they're scratched up or whatever, and that's just part of television.
Pictures,
yeah, I got it. There's there we go that way. There's so many different postcards that were given away, and this is my friend Mr. Carmichael. He was Bozo in the 80s.
And one of the things I think you're going to bump into, and you're very fortunate, and I do I
like
said,
showing this
a lot of cleanouts, and I bumped into a Bozo ceramic. That's how I was asking you. Are the eyebrows black or are they supposed to be red?
Well, is this a large one like this?
About that tall.
Okay.
And it's black. And I said, well, I don't remember him being black.
Well,
like on a statue or a picture.
We were literally talking about that a week or two ago on one of the collectors' pages on Facebook, because those things show up periodically. And originally that plaster figure of Bozo was a bank. And it was licensed. It was actually licensed, and the name Bozo is embossed on the base.
I'll have to look to see which one I have.
Now you can tell. You can tell when the license ran out. They continued to utilize the mold, and carnivals used it, and other places used it, but they changed it. They took the name Bozo off the base. They put pom-poms on the shoes, and they cut little diamonds in the pockets area. And the name Bozo was never on the cuffs originally or anything like that, but on the back of the bank, it said, where you'd pop it out to get the money out, it said Capitol Records. So that's how you can tell that it's a real one.
No, I don't think.
They actually offered it here in town, and I have a number of them. There was a little business here in town on Walnut Avenue. It was called Pick and Paint.
Yeah.
And they sold...
Like Ann's figurines.
Yeah.
And you'd paint it
you took it home and painted it. And so you'll see a lot of strange and unusual... And I find those intriguing. I haven't collected as many as I'd like to, because people think that they're worth a ton of money. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, you're not going to get $500 for it. No. I'd love to give you $500, but
my point I was trying to get to is we're at a time from the 60s to now, 65 years, where baby boomers are dying off a little bit.
People are leaving.
Family members are going through people's things, and they're like, "Oh, what's this? What's that?" Now is really a good opportunity to probably get the best collection, in my opinion, of memorabilia that you'll
That's
ever
why I'm always
get.
pointing out, we're losing our family members, and the material sometimes gets either passed down or thrown away, unfortunately. And if people do have candid photographs or postcards or articles or something that they saved, even videotapes. I've acquired some studio tapes, which I want to get transferred, and some actual films and such that I need to get transferred. But acquiring that material is a blessing, because if they're not reformatted, they deteriorate, especially VHS tapes.
Exactly.
And so what we're trying to do is archive
the
that
VHS
material.
stresses and the
it
distortion.
falls off. The magnetic stuff falls off the tape. Here's a strange Bozo. I got this not too long ago. And you can see they made their own costume.
Yeah.
But this is legitimately a Bozo actor, and it was found in Illinois, but he was not from the Illinois area. He was the only Bozo that wore glasses in his makeup.
Oh, okay.
He was legally blind. And here he is again. His name's Ed Whitaker, and here he is wearing a real Bozo costume. But he must have got heavier, and they didn't want to spend the money, so he probably had his wife make that. And here, I love showing this. Here's a picture of my favorite Bozo. Yeah, right there. There I am in 2005 performing at the Rouse Center.
Oh, that's you?
Yeah.
I'll be a son of a gun.
Yeah, that's me in Bozo makeup.
You look just like him.
And above me is Marshall Brodeen and a bunch of other magical performers that were on the variety show. It was a fun time.
Hey, what was it like knowing Marshall Brodeen?
Oh, Marshall was awesome. If you think I have the stories, he had the stories.
He was like the nowadays Penn and Teller. With
He was
his magic.
so
Wasn't he
wonderful
something?
to every magician. He was always helpful and encouraging. In fact, he and Roy gave me my break in showbiz. I had shown them some videotape. I had some tenacity and some chutzpah, and I showed them some stuff. And they invited.
And you still do for their.
Yeah, oh, that's kind of you. And they invited me out to their condominium. They were living in Roselle at the time, and I showed them some additional stuff. And then they started.
Cookie lived in Roselle.
That's where we're talking about.
Right by Turner Pond.
Yeah, right. That was Marshall's.
Oh, was it?
Roy lived in the garden apartment, and Marshall lived upstairs.
Oh, no kidding. He had that little balcony over there, right?
Yeah. And
I'll be darned.
Yeah, and so I visited Roy there many, 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 many times.
Wow.
Yeah. In fact, I believe it was at that apartment where I was dressed as Santa Claus, and I presented the engagement ring to Roy's soon-to-be wife, Mary Lou.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was dressed as Santa, and she had called, and Roy and I were enjoying each other's company, and she's like, "What are you up to, Roy?" And, "Oh, I'm just sitting here with Santa Claus," and she thought maybe Roy had, fallen off the wagon or something, and come to find out, he's like, "I want you to give her the ring for me," and stuff.
Yeah, and that's another thing. You mentioned fall off the wagon, which is a common statement, but these guys were sober and straight as heck when they were doing their
on the show.
On the show,
and afterwards they went to Maribel's.
Maybe they went out for a drink after, but I'm talking about when they were doing their shows.
They loved it,
recognizing and realizing they're around children. Because I think it was Mr. Bell, the one, Bob Bell.
Mm.
He was the one that spoke of that, and it was at the Medina Temple when they had an interview with him, and he would say, "Look," he says, "nothing is more, beholding to us as the children." He says, "I didn't even like them to see me getting dressed
or partially
right.
Yeah.
I'm Bozo or I'm Bob Bell."
Yep.
I'm one or the other.
You never saw him without the collar on. Yeah,
right.
He was always, and that's the way he felt, as the character should stay in the circus, and that's why the agency with Al DeVoren and Vincent Georgi had the appearance actors going out and doing things. Now, there's a number of pictures to validate all that, and the weird thing is the TV cast members, be it Sandy or Ned or Ray or anybody like that, they never appeared with the Vincent Georgi Bozos ever.
Okay.
Ever. Yeah, here's a couple more pictures. Yeah, some of the costumes were the same, some of the hair was the same, but the makeups are always a little bit different. Oh,
here's a nice Bozo there.
Yeah, this is Mr. Larry Harmon, dressed up as Bozo the Clown. He never had his own television show as Bozo, but he did visit some Bozo TV show sets and take pictures of himself in makeup. He's the one that created the red sash costume and the wildly winged out hair.
Gotcha.
And the tighter costume with the bell bottoms. Here's an image of my friend David Eaton. He portrayed Bozo in the Ohio area in the late 60s. Yeah, he was a friend of mine. He's still with us. He's in almost 90.
And again, that's the blue uniform.
Yeah, blue costume.
And he's got like that Spanish sash around it.
Oh, yeah, red sash.
But
yeah.
I don't recall the others having.
Chicago never wore it.
No,
never wore that.
But if you look at the top of them, it looks like a Chicago Bozo.
Well, the collar is reminiscent, yeah. In fact, you see some early pictures. You'll come to the Bozeum, you'll see some early pictures of how Bob's costume changed over the years.
You always make transitions, sure.
Yeah, I always make transitions. Oh, there's so many pictures I could share. If you went to the show, in some locations, you got a Bozo name tag sticker.
I'll be darned.
And WGN did not have these. They had Bozo buttons and things. And in Boston, they had Bozo hats. And in Baltimore, they had Bozo hats.
Well, you showed the one thing was a megaphone.
Oh, yeah, from Chicago, yeah. That was a very short-lived piece.
Okay.
Maybe because of production or the kids were just too loud when they got them.
Okay.
You know?
More hard to put together.
Yeah. Here's Milt Corey as Bozo the Clown. He's riding a little bicycle.
And where was he from, Milt Corey?
Oh, you got me there. I'll have to look that up. I can't remember them all. There's so many. I apologize. And then here's Art Servey. Art Servey was Bozo in Detroit. And you see that? And he's wearing the traditional costume. And I like to find the photographs that show the set.
Right.
And the cameras and the audience peanut gallery and everything. Here's my friend Brett Eitman. Brett Eitman is a comedic and movie actor, and he was Bozo just before I was.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and we did Toys R Us appearances and all kinds of such, and and we were both offered the same gig that never came to fruition. And he was a lot of fun.
I'm showing Mort Corey.
Milton Corey,
Hollywood, Florida, maybe?
Milton Corey just recently passed in 2013.
That's I'm looking at the obituary.
Here's Milton Corey right here. Milton Corey is Bozo the Clown. Yeah. He is one actor that I was not able to find because he lived in a senior center.
Wow.
And
there's a picture of him before he passed.
Yep.
That's his obituary.
And he never told his friends that he was Bozo up until like his last year or so, 2 years of life.
Amazing.
Yeah. It's been a lot. I got something else I'd like to show you.
Please do.
Well,
we're running out of time. We're in our last couple of months.
Oh, are we? We were talking about Frank Avrush, and we were talking about some of the players. One of the early performers on the show was a man by the name of Ed Spinney. He later went with his real name. Maybe his name was Carol Ed Spinney, but then he went by Ed early on. And Carol Spinney, when he was working on the show, was a puppeteer and numerous other characters like the boxing kangaroo or Patches, the Raggedy Ann kind of character. But when we come back, I'll show you this wonderful puppet that Carol Spinney and his mom made for the Boston show back in the 1960s.
Well, listen, Tom, you're going to have to come back on another day.
You got that right.
Because a political talk show is on right after this. You have enlightened us.
It's been a wonderful opportunity at WRMN.
You have enlightened our listeners with so many great things.
I hope they didn't tune off.
No, we've got everybody nice and tight in here, and very much appreciate.
I hope that someone gets a hold of me with some treasures.
You know what? It would be nice. We would be happy to share those with you. Hey, but everybody, you've been listening to WRMN 1410, Dino's Night Out. And again, Tom Holbrook, who's putting together the Bozeum. So you're going to want to catch that, and we're going to make the announcement as soon as we possibly can.
We're looking at November.
That's our date.
I'm shooting for November 8th. I don't want to put it out there, but that's what I'm shooting for. It's a Saturday.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Tom.
You've been a blessing, Dino. Thank you, WRMN.
We'll talk to you.
Appreciate you.
Stress of daily life behind, whether it's a relaxing cruise or an adventurous land escape, planning the perfect vacation doesn't have to be a hassle. At Cruises International, they specialize in vacation destinations, land and sea, making your dreams come true. Located at 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard in Hoffman Estates, Cruises International isn't just about booking travel. They're your personal concierge, trusted travel advisor, and advocate. Your preferences are unique, and they'll take the time to understand exactly what you're looking for. From personalized service to their global network of specialists, they ensure that your vacation is tailor-made just for you. It's time to plan the vacation of a lifetime. Call 800-255-7447. That's 800-255-7447 today and speak to a cruise and vacation expert. Cruises International. It's time to set sail to your dream destination.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 4 o'clock.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
This update brought to you by Cintas.
A stage change is scheduled to take place today as part of the ongoing reconstruction of the I-55 bridge over Joliet Road in Bolingbrook. Lane closures will take place on outbound I-55 approaching Joliet Road. The ramps will not be impacted, and at least one outbound lane will remain open at all times, according to IDOT. The lanes that were closed overnight are open as of 5 a.m. today with the new traffic pattern in place. In the new configuration, outbound I-55 will be shifted slightly to the right to accommodate the next stage of bridge deck reconstruction. There will continue to be no shoulders throughout the work zone in both directions of I-55. Entrances, exits, and inbound I-55 will remain the same. A suspected meth lab sent police officers and firefighters to the hospital while responding to a level 2 hazmat incident at a Crestwood apartment complex. Officers and firefighters responded to a report of a possible meth lab late Tuesday afternoon in the 12700 block of Central Avenue. While inside the unit, 4 officers and 4 firefighters became sickened after breathing toxic fumes. They were transported to the hospital along with the accused meth lab operator. The 8 first responders were treated and released. Aurora police recovered 2 firearms from documented gang members during separate traffic stops last week. 32-year-old Gabriel Martinez and a 15-year-old boy whose name police withheld were issued multiple felonies each after respective traffic stops on September 25th and 27th. Martinez was pulled over near North Avenue and Jackson Street around 11:06 p.m. September 25th after officers observed the car making stop sign violations. 2 days later, Special Operations Group investigators pulled a Toyota Camry over near Waldo Middle School for illegal window tints. While police spoke to underage passengers about tobacco violations, a 15-year-old boy, a documented street gang member, fled on foot while clutching his waistband. After a pursuit, officers caught up with the teen and found a Springfield XD9 handgun loaded with 15 rounds in his pant leg. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With a Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
From the pages of the Elgin newspapers of 100 years ago today, these are the headlines brought to you by the Elgin History Museum.
I am Tricia Grosser, and this is Elgin 100 years ago, October 3rd. Just what right Elgin citizens have to keep business buildings from locating in residential districts will probably be decided once and for all as the result of a bill for injunction filed by 12 Northeast citizens today against W.J. Richardson. They are asking that he be restrained from operating a building on the southeast corner of Prospect Street and Congdon Avenue as a milk depot. Attorney Charles G. Seidel, representing the complainants, filed the bill for injunction in city court, and a hearing before Judge Frank E. Chopin was set for next Wednesday. Complainants based their action for the injunction.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. This afternoon, mostly sunny with a high near 88. Temperatures falling to around 86. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 64. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 87. Temperatures falling to around 84 in the afternoon. Currently, it is 87 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Find what you love, love what you find. A total wine and more. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Walk right through the door. It's all here to explore. With guys in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
Drink responsibly. B20.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Ever tried balancing a dozen eggs in one hand while hopping on one foot? Or maybe juggling cats while riding the unicycle? Sounds ridiculous, right? But guess what? That's exactly what texting while driving is like. Your human brain only has the capacity to focus on one thing at a time. So when you're behind the wheel, give driving your undivided attention.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
America, and good day to our friends around the world. This is a political talk show here on WRMN. That's right, that's WRMN 1410 on your AM dial and WRMN1410.com out there in the digital land of the world. It is our favorite day here on A Political Talk Show, a day that you don't get to just hear my voice. A day where we get to hear your voice and the voices of the Free Speech Friday panel. We've got a rotation that's going to be happening today for the Free Speech Friday panel. We've got a few people that are here now, and then we've got Adam Polly, who's listening and driving right now. Well, I know he's driving. I hope he's listening too. But we'll have a few of those people here. So let's get to who we've got in the hot seats now, because, we only got 2 hours with you guys today, just 2 hours. But that's okay. With you on the WRMN 1410 airwaves, and also over on YouTube.com, you can find us at WRMN Radio. So let's go right down the line for all of the Free Speech Friday panel members. Of course, we've got a regular occurring guest, Mr. David Tees, grassroots, also part of the Kane County GOP, and I believe the Elgin Township GOP.
Yes.
How was your event last night? Was it really fun?
Oh, it was great. Big turnout. A lot of people had fun. Dolores Dorderline, we all sang happy birthday to her because she's 99 years old. She'll be 100 years old on October 6th. Big party at the VFW on Sunday for her.
That's right. And also the hosts with the most here for Dino's Night Out on Fridays. That is 2 to 4. Just had the Boseum curator on as well.
Tom Holbrook.
Tom Holbrook. Fantastic to have him over here. Yeah. Head on over to the YouTube side of things to find out more about that. Dean DeLaley, you were also over at the Elgin Township Republicans event last night. How was it?
You know what? I was extended a beautiful invitation by my friend David, because I knew his mother was going to be receiving an award. And I says, hey, you know what? Since we're here, we'll get some footage of some of the candidates. But one of the things that I found interesting, and I hear it on both sides, and we also always invite the Democrats and the Republicans. Mm-hmm. They're both our friends here on the show. So the idea was, what I heard in the room there was, no matter what office was being ran for, they're there to serve all the voters, all the residents within their particular area.
Because you had 2 representatives that were over there yesterday as well.
There was multiple running
was
for
over
office.
there
Yes.
As a speaker, and then who was the other one that you had?
We had
McCullen, I think, was the other one.
Actually, our guest speaker was Gary Ray Biden.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And then we had Dan Ugasse, who's a state representative in Springfield, was there to talk about what's going on in Springfield. And then our honoree was Sarah and Chris Lawson. He's our treasurer of Kane County.
Oh, fantastic. And without further ado, we've got the marvelous Matt McNeil, and he also has a fantastic social life, too. He is, I'm trying to twist his arm to go out to Dolores's birthday party. Her centennial birthday party.
Yes.
We'll see if we can twist your arm enough. Thank you.
Interesting fact, Dolores was also in the House of Representatives as well.
Yeah.
Back in about the 80s.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, the neat part was we knew a lot of the same people, Ted Leverins, Linda Williamson, Bill Black. Mm-hmm. I was a chauffeur back then as well, and those were some of my clients. So I probably bumped into Dolores and never even knew it.
Fantastic. 100 years, you're going to bump into a lot of people.
You got to bump into people. And I tell you what, she looked better than me. Oh, my God. Was
right?
She
Oh, yeah, Lord.
Huh?
She looked good.
Yeah.
Yep. She does a great job, always mobile as well. Drives herself around, too, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Matt McNeil, he hosts Out to Lunch Monday through Friday here on WRMN. It's great to have you here as well, here on Free Speech Friday.
Thank you.
So let's talk a little bit about what is going on here. I see you over there on the phone call. We'll get to you in just a second. But let's talk a little bit about a debate, right? We need a warm-up here to get into it. So today we turn our attention to a deceptively simple yet surprisingly decisive question of modern travel.
The battle between aisle and window seat. What seems at first a matter of personal taste reveals itself to be a clash between competing values, freedom of movement versus privacy, practically versus aesthetic delight. At stake is more than just where one sits, it's also how one conceives comfort, autonomy, and even identity in the liminal space of airplane cabin, or train, I suppose. Let us now hear from our panel. Which one is it, panel? Is it window or aisle seat? We'll go with you, Mr. McNeil.
Oh, this is all right. I'm sorry. I was looking at the chat here.
What do we got in chat? We got some people over there.
Got some people. We got Brendan.
Brendan's saying hi. Gia's saying hello to us right now.
Hello. So is it what do I prefer?
Yes. You're
like
traveling window seat.
The window
aisle.
seat.
Okay.
Yes, the window seat. Got to look out at the world, right? See what's around you outside of the outside of wherever whatever you're traveling in, an airplane or a car, truck, vehicle, And it's a good way to just see the world around you.
Now, do you get up in the flight? Is that why? Does that help with the choice of window?
I don't usually get up during the flight. That's, I think, more for people who prefer the aisle seat, so it's a little bit easier for them, especially if you have a little bit more leg room. I'm able to kind of squeeze myself into a space, not to have as much leg room there. So
there you go.
Yeah.
I've always had a whole lot more pounds to me, so I always took the aisle seat.
Okay.
I always felt that was best. But
Put your legs out a little bit more in the aisle.
You know what I mean? I lift that arm up because you know where that button is in the back. You get more of that space. But everybody always bumps into you when you're as large as I was.
Oh, yeah, you get the elbow with the cart and everything else.
I bang you a few
Now, do you get up during a flight, or are you just, once I'm seated, you buckle in and maybe take a nap?
Prior to a lot of these procedures I've had done, I'd cramp up real bad, so I'd go and walk in the back where the galley, where I guess you call it, where they're doing things. And I'd try and walk around, stretch my legs a little bit.
Blood pumping.
Yeah, I'd be staying down more than anything.
Okay, so we got one for aisle, we got one for window. What do we got?
Take the middle seat, Dave.
No, I'm actually the guy that is on the floor holding the bottom of the chair screaming because I hate flying. I mean, I really do hate flying.
Okay, let's say we're on a train or a bus.
Okay.
There's still those two.
I'll take the window.
The window? Yeah. It's there. Is it because you also don't get up too much?
I don't get up too much, and I like to look out the window, just see what's going on, see the world, but not up from the air.
Have it pass by.
Last time I was on a plane in 2002, and that's it.
I like the window because you're able to lean up against the wall. You know what I mean? Even if you wanted to take a nap, you're not leaning up against a person.
Yeah.
Make friends real quick.
Yep. Unless you got a person, maybe you're like a kid trying to reach over and close the window from behind you. If the window's spaced out just that right amount. Sometimes when you're on a plane, depending on where you're sitting, the window might be
halfway in your seat
halfway,
What about the emergency exit row?
I'll take that anytime.
I'll take it anytime.
Yep.
Even with the extra responsibility?
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a responsibility. To lift that lever over?
Hey, I don't have responsibility going out the door first.
What did they say? They could I'll tuck a flashlight in between my legs. They can watch me go down the rest of the way.
Yep.
So thanks a lot for your insight on that. Let's take this caller real quick before we head to a commercial break. Hello, caller. Thanks for calling WRMN. What would you like to talk about? It's a nobody. Okay. If you'd like to call in, the phone line is open for that studio line, 847-931-1410, 847-931-1410. You can always text us, 505-926-1410, or as Dean DeLaley's typing into the chat over there, that's over at YouTube, youtube.com. You can find us at WRMN Radio. I do not recommend YouTube and driving. There are a few different ways to listen to us and interact with us without leaving 10 and 2. So stick around. We'll be right back for more we had our warm-up debate. Now let's get in something maybe just a little bit heavier. This is a political talk show here on WRMN. Come on back. Available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com is the book called DUI Jury Trial, which is the true story of a truck driver in Illinois who was charged with driving under the influence of alcohol. Not only was he facing a revocation of his driver's license, but also a lifetime disqualification of his CDL, which would prevent him from ever driving a semi-truck again. This book includes backstories of the truck driver, the lawyers that defended the case, and the DUI expert witness who analyzed the case and then testified at trial as to the proper protocol procedures of the field sobriety tests as well as the breathalyzer test. This nonfiction novel also includes the actual court transcript from the jury trial, a courtroom showdown in which the final verdict would determine the fate of the defendant's livelihood. The book DUI Jury Trial is now available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com.
It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and LifeLock is here with tips to help protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication on your accounts, report phishing, and update your software on all your devices. And for comprehensive identity protection, LifeLock is your best choice. LifeLock not only alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information, but also fixes identity theft, guaranteed, or your money back. So stay smart, stay safe, and stay protected with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use the promo code BECK. Terms do apply.
Listen this Sunday afternoon to Handle on the Law.
I know we're at an at-will date, but for making a comment, like, hey, your hair looks good. And then I got a call from HR saying, hey, you know what, you're under investigation. Do I have any recourse?
Were you fired?
No, not yet.
The problem, Eddie, is they can fire you for any reason they want. They literally can wake up in the morning and say, you know what, I'm a little bored this morning. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to fire Eddie for no reason. Yep, he can do that. Yeah, that's California. Yep, welcome.
It's Handle on the Law this Sunday afternoon from 4 to 7 right here on WRMN.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. If you're struggling with mental health, you should know that there are resources out there that can help. And it's okay to talk about it if you need to. One place to get started with information is loveyourmindtoday.org. Loveyourmindtoday.org offers a range of guides, instructions, and insights for dealing with difficult situations or getting through a tough time. If you're struggling with mental health, get the help you need, because most people out here really care. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
To WRMN. This is a political talk show. Find us out there on your favorite podcasting platform. Got a few of them out there. They're not all about the headlines or anything like that. Some of them are pretty evergreen if you're looking at understanding Constitution, or you're looking at maybe economic systems, something like that. Something for everybody if you have that political, moral, or academic type of mind. But it is Free Speech Friday, where we have all the fun, right? It's like a pizza party for your ears. Here, we're going to talk about Gallup poll that just came in. And for some reason, this seems to be a blind spot that's on here. Of the almost 60 different articles that have been written about it, only 15% are actually over on the left-hand side. Some people say that's because media leans slightly to the left. And so anytime that people say bad things about the media, well, they're mostly talking about the left-hand side. So with 15% coverage on the left hand and 61% over there on the right, let's get into that Gallup survey. A Gallup survey found that only 28% of U.S. adults have a great deal or fair amount of trust in media, marking a multi-decade low. Among Republicans, only 8% trust the media, compared to the 51% of Democrats, highlighting a significant divide. The Hollywood Reporter with Morning Consult reporting that 60% of U.S. adults trust Anderson Cooper. Overall media trust may decline further unless Republican trust improves, despite many Americans trusting individual news anchors more. Joining us now with that Free Speech Friday panel is our good buddy, Adam Pawley. Thank you very much for being here, Mr. Pawley.
Thanks for having me.
It's always great to have you here. Let's start with you since you're the newcomer in this. New Gallup poll says only 28% of U.S. Adults have a fair amount or a great deal amount of trust, and that is because 8% of Republicans compared to 51% of Democrats. So it is a big swing on that for that 28%. So what are your thoughts on this?
As to why they're not trusted?
Yeah.
I think that there is a lot of things that come out of the media that necessarily aren't true, and I think that sometimes they be working together to spin certain narratives to make things the way that they want to be.
Mm-hmm.
The days of Walter Cronkite and things like that are long gone. If we had that, more people would trust.
Yeah, the Hollywood Reporter and Morning Consult said that 60% of U.S. adults trust Anderson Cooper. He's the closest one to a Walter Cronkite type of person.
I'm surprised it's that high.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's on 60 Minutes also.
He's on CNN.
Yeah, but he also does it 60 Minutes.
Oh, does he?
Yes.
Okay.
Isn't he like a Rockefeller
One of the
or something
contributors.
too?
Really? Anderson Cooper's a Rockefeller?
Yeah.
He's related to the family?
Yeah.
Oh, I could see that.
I know his mother had something to do with talk shows or show business. I think his mother was in show business. Anderson Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Number one news in America, number one news network in America is Fox News.
Huh.
Where are we getting this? Is that the 8% of the Republicans that trust the media? Is that where that is, Mr. DeLaley? What are we, or have we all just gone and trust our own networks because they say the things that make our ears tickle?
Well, of course, you're going to. Here's who you could tune to.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Fox News. You've got CNN. We got this news thing out called News Nation.
Mm-hmm.
We got your local 257 and 9s for us here locally in the Chicagoland area. So, what is it that we want to hear is where you're going to tune to. If you're typically a Republican-backed person, you're going to Fox News because it's all pro-Republican. If you're wanting to hear how terrible the Republicans are and terrible the president's doing, you go to CNN and you'll get their slide. Sadly, it's really slid terribly in both directions. I wouldn't give you a nickel for either one of those two. My love right now is News Nation,
mm-hmm.
and even they're a little bit slighted. What's that one guy that's after Kumo? Kumo made a 360, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Kumo was, oh my God, he was CNN to the core.
I think he's more of a populist. I think he likes to sway with maybe a little bit of what's popular.
I won't disagree because that's what sells. But I think what he's doing is he's giving everybody the opportunity to say what you feel, and then you decide. You talked about Walter Cronkite's and all the good journalists back then. That's what they did. They were news reporters. This is what we've learned today. This is what we found out. Sadly, you don't get, again, in my opinion, the full story from either your government, local government, or national, okay? You're not getting all these, what's the press, the girl that stands up and says what the president has to say. What is that?
The press secretary.
The press secretary. Are we getting the real story, the real facts, the real truth anymore? I don't think we are.
Yeah.
I think before there was a whole lot bigger accountability to that position, and said, now it's like, well, he doesn't want to answer that, come up with something, and they come up with a story.
Mr. Tees, is it we're losing the lack of trust from the news organizations, or is the lack of trust in our government spilling into the news organization?
I think it's the news organization because, your local news, NBC, all those guys that we watch 5-7.
2579.
Yeah,
sure.
and all that. And they, even just watching your 5 o'clock news, your 9 o'clock news, your 10 o'clock news, whenever they come on, they're not telling you what's going on here anymore. We don't hear about how many people.
Because it's still national way, too.
Just in local. Chicago, how many people were shot over the weekend? How many people died? We don't hear that anymore. We hear other stories. They don't really focus too much on politics. They just get right out of it. And they basically focus on, maybe a disaster or a fire here and a fire there. But
is it too divisive? Is that why? Like the local people turn around and they stay away from politics. Like they may do like a national report or something like that. But first off, it takes a lot of money to do local politics. But secondly, are you losing money by reporting on the bias or just the politics that nobody wants to hear about anyway? Are you losing people by reporting politics?
If I can answer, doesn't every radio or TV station have their own report of what the demographics are of age and who's listening and who's not?
Yeah, we still have to outsource it.
So
yeah.
I would imagine they are looking at the ratings and saying, okay, what's going to give our best ratings for our advertisers? That's what we're all doing this for.
Exactly.
I mean, is a general statement.
Well, and that's where like maybe a tweet from the school board district of 300 won't make it to even the regional news because that itself is divisive. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they don't want to. They are trying to cast the widest net that they can do, and because politics is so divisive anyway, maybe they don't even want to do politics in general. It's better to just do puppy parades and whatever else. Your thoughts on this, Adam?
Well, with not covering, especially local politics too, a lot of people also don't have an understanding of local politics. They don't care. It's really hard to find other people that are as nerdy about local governance about it than I am too.
That aren't hyper local. Even then, like most of the people you find that are into local politics, it's their city, it's their township. It's not like, hey, what's our region for the state? Like I think really that's where we're missing a lot is the state information. What is our local, regional, state representatives doing?
Yeah.
Which is where I loved the event that you put on last night to actually bring some of those people here to meet face to face. So, and then you get a club like that. Join a party, if not just to get plugged in somewhere.
I still have one more thing about this news thing when we get back from the break.
Absolutely. No, I'd love to hear about it. You're listening to A Political Talk Show here on WRMN. There's a lot of different places that you can go to interact with WRMN. One of them's the call line. I've got somebody on here. That's 847-931-1410. That person on the line, stick around for a little bit. The text line is 505-926-1410. That will also take links and different things like that. But I love seeing you all over there on YouTube at WRMN Radio.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
This update brought to you by Progressive.
A suspected meth lab sent police officers and firefighters to the hospital while responding to a level 2 hazmat incident at a Crestwood apartment complex. Officers and firefighters responded to a report of a possible meth lab late Tuesday afternoon in the 12700 block of Central Avenue. While inside the unit, 4 officers and 4 firefighters became sickened after breathing toxic fumes. They were transported to the hospital along with the accused meth lab operator. The 8 first responders were treated and released. Aurora police recovered 2 firearms from documented gang members cruise during separate traffic stops last week. 32-year-old Gabriel Martinez and a 15-year-old boy whose name police withheld were issued multiple felonies each after respective traffic stops on September 25th and 27th. Martinez was pulled over near North Avenue and Jackson Street around 11:06 p.m. September 25th after officers observed the car making stop sign violations. 2 days later, Special Operations Group investigators pulled a Toyota Camry over near Waldo Middle School for illegal window tints. While police spoke to underage passengers about tobacco violations, a 15-year-old boy, a documented street gang member, fled on foot while clutching his waistband. After a pursuit, officers caught up with the teen and found a Springfield XD9 handgun loaded with 15 rounds in his pant leg. A stage change is scheduled to take place today as part of the ongoing reconstruction of the I-55 bridge over Joliet Road in Bolingbrook. Lane closures will take place on outbound I-55 approaching Joliet Road. The ramps will not be impacted, and at least one outbound lane will remain open at all times, according to IDOT. The lanes that were closed overnight are open as of 5 a.m. today with the new traffic pattern in place. In the new configuration, outbound I-55 will be shifted slightly to the right to accommodate the next stage of bridge deck reconstruction. There will continue to be no shoulders throughout the work zone in both directions of I-55. Entrances, exits, and inbound I-55 will remain the same. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time. The next time you're out to dinner with friends, you can order the shrimp cocktail for the table. And maybe you'll realize it only comes with 4 shrimp after you've already given away 3, but that one shrimp will be so good. And if you switch and save hundreds, you could get shrimp all the time. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For shrimp, Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
This is Larry Jones, and I'd like to talk to you about my bank, American Eagle Bank in South Elgin. Has your bank changed names in the last 10 years? Is your bank another faceless branch with headquarters in another city? Are you tired of earning next to nothing on your savings account or certificates of deposit, or does your personal banker treat you like a stranger? If you answered yes to any of those questions, then you're ready for a new banking experience, and American Eagle is the place for you. American Eagle is a locally owned independent bank that's rooted in the community, and American Eagle customers are greeted by name and treated with the respect that they deserve. American Eagle has an innovative program, Eagle Savings, that teaches your children to save while earning prizes and rewards. American Eagle offers great rates on certificates of deposit. My bank is located in South Elgin on Randall Road between the Target and Caputo's and is open Monday through Saturday. Give them a call at 847-742-7400 and a real person will answer the phone. American Eagle Bank, a place where you matter.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. This afternoon, mostly sunny with a high near 89. Temperatures falling to around 86. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 64. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 87. Temperatures falling to around 84 in the afternoon. Currently, it is 87 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
To a political talk show here on WRMN. Oh, and that's one of the things I want to bring up too later is this whole free speech zone. Since you're bringing up the Madam Chair of the board,
Kane County Board. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now we'll bring up Miss Christy Nome, and we'll see what Andrew's got to say about that. Anyway, that's
and he'd love to be here, just so you know.
Oh, I'd love to have anybody is welcome to come over here.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
we take them all,
including our guest. I just want to knock out real quick, not knock out to get her out of here, but to bring her on board here. Hello, Miss Rita. How are you today?
Oh, I'm fine. I have a question for all four of you.
What's the question?
How long do you think the government is going to stay closed down? And do you think ever that they will work together for the people and not for themselves?
Well, the second question is probably no.
I'll answer the second. I'll answer the second one when everyone else is done.
Machiavelli says no.
Yeah.
But the other side of it, I think last time, what was it, 38 days or something like that, it was down. By the way, almost 50% of all of the time that government was shut down was under a Trump administration. So do you know how many times that we shut down from the last administration?
Zero.
So the buck stops somewhere. I'm sure we'll find that eventually. But I'm not sure what we're going to get. There isn't even a negotiation that's on the table right now.
They went home. They're on vacation.
They went on vacation for Yom Kippur as well. So they went on vacation for that. They should be back sometime next week, I believe.
Thank you.
But right now, there isn't even negotiations between the two to turn anything back on.
Yeah, and don't believe everything you read, because I saw it on Facebook that it's the government's back open and Democrats, 4 of them crossed the side, and it is just everything is either AI or fake news. I mean, fake social media now. Fake social media.
That's a lie too, because they need 5.
Yeah. I kind of figured that out. No, but yeah, it's like I saw the post yesterday. Oh, the government's back open. Democrats crossed the side. And it's like.
Well, thank you, Rita. I appreciate your questions.
Okay, thank you. You all have a nice day.
Bye, Rita. Thank you.
So to put that together with the media side that you were talking about, to kind of put that together with it, of trusting the media with that, we're getting, Facebook is a media, social media.
Twitter, it's all those guys, yeah.
We're all the writers for Facebook front page, sure. But and then what was your point before we hit the break?
Before we hit the break, it's like all of these mainstream medias that are out there. If you listen to one, the next one that comes on after that hour, they're telling the same story basically.
Over and over.
Yeah, over and over and over and over
Repeat
again.
And repeat.
Yeah, that's what it is. And then with local media, it's like they try to sugarcoat that, like Chicago is a beautiful place to hang. There's no crime. That's why we're not reporting anything. I mean, I get it. They were actually doing some better reporting of fundraisers or a kid get liver transplant or something like that. Those are stories we like to hear. But the biggest thing I'm hearing from people in the Fox Valley area is not enough local news. And there's not too many cities and villages that have a news outlet like Elgin and the Fox Valley area does.
Well, and like Elliot just said in the chat, was a lot of these shutdowns and cutbacks and things just going digital as well.
Right.
So I don't
look at newspapers. I mean, there was
gone.
No more. 3 editions in a day. Not no more.
Daily Herald still gets my $5 a week.
That's okay.
Yeah,
you got a paper
rich.
boy?
Well, no, I get the digital paper.
I do the New York Times because they do the election results too. Then they do them very well with the Associated Press and things. So that's why I do the New York Times. They get my money.
I liked it better when the Courier was here. You got what was going on in Elgin, and the Herald would cover
exactly.
the Fox Valley
What's
area.
the solution?
And we got
more
the
booths,
vegan.
We lost all that.
More cameras, more microphones.
I don't know if that's the solution. I know, and this is not just a cheap way to get a commercial out there. That's why we're changing. And eventually the Apolitical Talk Show will have an hour in front of it to do the local news that you're talking about. But by me going to the event last night was to be on the northern tip of Elgin. We're going to be in one of the Dundees tomorrow celebrating their birthday for another lady. And we want to get out to St. Charles and everywhere else. We want to be in the Fox River Valley. This is what the people, I hope, would want to turn to our station for. We went away from them silly-ass coupons for $1 off of a McDonald's burger. Really? So we're trying to give you community broadcasting. So that's the commercial for that piece. But to your point, a couple of different things. Elliot is saying that local can't cover everything. I get it. Rita's bringing up how long will this last? It depends on how long they could string it out. But the biggest problem we have is our career politicians. I think we need term limits on them because if they're home for Yom Kippur, which I have all the respect in the world for the Jewish folks celebrating that near and dear to their heart religious holiday. However,
the government shut down.
The government's not shut down. They're getting paid.
Yeah.
How is it that you're going to shut the government down? You're going to stop a federal aviator who's got a serious job and all these other federal employees. You're going to deprive them of a paycheck, but every one of these politicians get a paycheck, and they're going to continue to get a paycheck.
Well, and that's what Warren Buffett
that's wrong.
said. So
that
essentially,
is
Warren
wrong.
Buffett said that if we set it to where Congress doesn't get paid when we have a government shutdown, we will never have a government shutdown again.
Yep.
If they say their funds stop. Here's the other one that I would do. I would tie their pay to not only a government shutdown, I would put their pay at 3 times minimum wage. And everybody goes, "Oh, but Sonar, that then they might take bribes. If they're not getting paid enough, they might take bribes. What stops them from taking bribes?
What do you call
jail?
What do you call
jail stops them from taking bribes?
Well, what do you call a lobbyist? Okay, let's get right to it. A lobbyist is not a bribe.
Yeah,
I mean, how does what's the guy Bernie? And we got to put this on the back of the rich people. They got to pay their fair share. 4 houses later.
Yeah.
Okay, Martha Vineyards and wherever the heck else he lives.
Hypocrites all around.
100%. And Pelosi and even the other guy, the McConnells and the Republicans. What's that other old guy there? The one that fell
Which
asleep.
one?
Schumer,
you got Schumer, you got McConnell. Yeah.
McConnell had that stroke on the ear. I felt bad for him. But okay, wouldn't your family say, you just had a stroke on TV? You've been in politics for 60. Get the heck out. No, but they're letting them stay. They are not in the capacity.
Get to be interns. The family members 100%. Get to be the lobbyists.
His wife was the Secretary of Transportation in the Trump administration.
We have got to eliminate that. When the lobbyists stepped in, we always had lobbyists. There was always people that would, hey, look, we'll help you out with a little. The Chicago machine. Biggest and the best. But he always, Mayor Daley used to take care of the people first. These people take care of themselves only.
Well, because you run back into, because they are able to make as much money as they possibly can, they're in the tax bracket that everybody wants to tax. They move themselves into the billionaire tax bracket that the rest of us are screaming, tax more or stop cutting. At least stop giving them tax cuts. Like, can we at least stop and pause for a second until the debt starts coming down? Can we at least pause tax cuts for them?
Oh, you know how we solve the debt? You say no one is eligible for re-election unless we have a balanced budget, and you will have a balanced budget within the fiscal year.
Yeah, and you don't get paid until it's done.
Yeah.
And you get fined for every day it's not done.
Yeah.
So how do we implement those things? Do we have to use the system that's in place now to replace the people? And then that's what we're seeing for AOC and Katie Porter and some of these other people that are self-funded or minimally funded, I guess, to say it that way, because AOC is definitely not self-funded. But Katie Porter is. Katie Porter still drives around in a minivan and everything else. So the issue that I have with it is I don't think the people that are supposed to be representing us actually represent the constituents. They no longer represent the majority of people even from an economic side of things, not from a racial or a gender or anything like that. From an economic side of things, the majority of Congress doesn't fit in the same bracket as the rest of us.
Absolutely. That is absolutely right.
And again, I don't want to dominate, but you talk about how do you fix this? Last night, at that lovely event, they were talking about, and what I've always said, you have got to participate locally. You got to care and know who is on the library board. You have to know who is on the school board. You have to vote in the primary. You have to know the circle of people running your government. What kind of a moron are you? You're paying taxes to those individuals that are getting these elected positions, and in some cases, salaries. Not everybody always gets a salary for these jobs, but the ones that are getting salaries for this know who your candidate is. Go to these places, and that's why, again, always sounds like Dean, the commercial guy. We invite the Democrats and the Republicans on this station. Give us your platform. Tell us what you're all about. Let the people hear what you're all about. But they don't. They don't go and vote, David, right or wrong.
The local positions are also feeder positions as well for those larger ones eventually, too.
Right, and they sneak in, to your point, because nobody's watching. Now, all of a sudden, you got this snake that went in either to a lobbyist spot or the son of the senator. Well, just recently, a Chicago alderman left, which he did a good job. God bless him. He gave it to his son. How do you do that?
Right.
His son
look at the Wegmans. Look at the Wegmans here in Kane County.
Okay.
That's a family business too.
Yeah.
And because you got the mother's a Republican, the daughter is a Democrat.
Well, she's a Republican in name only, legitimately, because she was at the Truman dinner. I saw her at the Truman dinner. So
you could be my son, Adam, age-wise, right?
Probably.
So you being my son, I'm getting out of politics, and I've been doing it for 50 years, 40 years. And I say, well, you know what? I'd love to give my seat to Adam. Now, how do you do that? I don't get the concept. I don't understand. You voted for me because what I either said or what I did or what I stood for. I don't know what, not I would. But the people out on the street don't know what you stand for. You need to be able to give your platform. What are you going to represent? And then, you got those midterms or what have you.
Yeah.
Whatever you said you were going to represent, maybe at that midterm, we hold that person accountable. Hey, look, you said 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I don't see one of these items.
Yeah.
Although you did 7, 8, 9, and 10.
It's true. You said a whole bunch of things.
Yep.
Like Ukraine, Russia would be done day one. Price of eggs would come down. But you said a whole bunch. I'm sorry.
But as these two just pointed out, they made very fine points. There's 3 factors about local government and voters. Number 1, they love to complain, but they don't do anything about it. Let's start out with that. Okay? Let's start out with that. I'll complain. And number 2 is when some of these people that are ordinary people that run for office and win, all of a sudden they get this head blown up, these egos, and they're God, and they get on the school board, they have it their way or no way, and they don't listen to anybody. And number 3, it's our own fault that this is happening in our local communities because we just don't go to these meetings. We don't go to city council meetings. We don't go to county board meetings. We don't go to school board meetings, and we don't go to library board meetings. If those are your concerns, your gripes, go to those meetings. I've said that once before.
If I can build off of what you just said, too, a lot of people, when they get into a position, there's a lack of understanding of what their powers are, how limited they can be, or people get into these sorts of things, and they've got all the levers of powers to make change, and they don't know how yet.
Yeah, that's another factor.
Because they're a freshman.
Right.
That's
another factor.
And something else to even leverage off of that. You now have this top position, even if it's what we'll call local, and you can't do it all. How many residents are in City of Elgin, 6th largest city? There's a lot.
60,000.
Okay,
like
60,000 people. If you're a committee person, or what do they call them, committeeman?
Precinct committee person, yeah.
Okay, if they're that, how are they going to handle all these things, just one person? So you count on your precinct captains, which your mom got that great award for last night. So you count on your precinct captains who really are hate the term, boots on the ground. And I'm going back and say, hey, Adam, this is what's up. Hey, Dave, this is what you got to do. Hey, Dennis, this is what I'm hearing. But you're only as good as what you're hearing. So then they're responding to those things. So is it the right way or is it the wrong way? I don't know. but something's got to work better than what it is.
It's true. Well, it's hard to
because I don't always blame. Is what I'm saying is I don't blame the elected official like 100%. If you're given bad information for whatever reason, okay, what do you want the guy or girl to do?
Well, that was the point that I was trying to make with who do we trust more or less. What's happening right now is we're getting, let's say, less than clean information from this administration. Let's just put it that way. I don't want to be mean and say it's false or it's misleading or whatever it is. We are getting less than the normal picture that we normally get from administrations. Now, is it the reason that people don't like media because they don't like that their people are getting fact checked? And maybe that's why we're sitting at an 8% for the Republicans that trust media. And we're getting an actual fact check, and that's why 50% of Democrats like media. Is that maybe what we're getting right now? Because literally in a debate, we got the vice president who said, I thought you weren't going to fact check me here. Like we get that a lot. We also got the vice president on air saying, if I have to fabricate a story to get media attention on it, then I will. He also said that on a CNN interview when he was talking about making up the cats and the dogs and everything else.
And again, we already talked about it. How many media sources, multiple channels, are owned by one source?
Yeah. Right.
So if that one source is of the side of where they want it to be and what they want you to know, what are you going to hear? You're going to hear what they want you to hear. Just like with Dave was saying, we don't hear the fatalities that have been going on in the city. We don't hear this, that, or the other thing. So I don't know that it's Republican-driven media right now as much as Democratic. I think the Democratic, if we're going to put labels on things, I think it's the Democratic media that's got more of a stronghold on things. Why? Because, yes, we have this ICE situation going on. And, yes, we're saying violence is high in all the communities. So if we keep reporting 18 shot, 14 dead, 20 dead, school shooting here, school shooting there, what does that do? That bolsters what the Republican side is saying. Well, look, evidently, we need to send the military in there to give assistance.
Because you're biased.
So that's why you're not hearing those numbers.
Bias for reporting isn't just on the report itself. Bias also comes from what you report versus what you don't report. That's where coming into what I like to do is that blind spot feature that's on Ground News, where you're able to see, and why I break it down that way, of saying, hey, 15% on the left, but 65% on the right are reporting this. That's what's happening with this article we're talking about now, with this Gallup poll. Here's the other thing before we go into the top of the hour and
really quickly.
shuffle.
You know what one of the problems is? They go to these press conferences, no matter who's in office or wherever the press conference is, and they listen to a person talk. This is good. This is good. This is bad. This is bad. They don't tell you the truth. We don't have Lois Lanes out there anymore. We don't have actual reporters that go and talk to people. They sit on a computer. They email, they text. They're not getting the whole story. The original Lois Lane would go out there and knock on doors or talk to, give them a couple 20s, tell me some information. We don't have that anymore. And that's where I think the news has been really, really lost. The old typewriters, the old actual getting your foot out there and talking to people.
In a pocket full of 20s.
But it's slow. The other side of it is slow. Are you gonna wait an entire week to hear about the meeting that happened?
They were fast. I mean, they would go on the nightly news, news, or else it would be in the morning paper.
Well, that investigative journalism type of stuff takes time for it too.
Well,
you can go and talk to somebody in the morning.
If you want to give a concise report.
Exactly.
You're allowed to report anything and not, if it's not true, you don't get punished for it back then. You know, you're just false news. People are just, that's why people don't trust the media, because we're not being told the old Lois Lane type of, I'm going to get on the ground and look for this story the real way.
And here's the other thing not to trust either, which this Gallup poll that I'm talking about here, where only 8% of the people or the Republicans actually trusted the media, and it was 51% of the Democrats that did it. This poll itself, 1,000 people.
That's how they asked it.
So that's what I mean, is we sit here, we're going to have a 45-minute conversation about what 1,000 people said. Mm-hmm. And you got to think about 6 million, 5 million people are going to hear about what 1,000 people said.
And where was that 1,000?
Probably Florida.
From?
Well, they Gallup usually does a pretty good job of sprinkling it around through actual voters for things, but this was more likely voters. Wasn't
I'm
even
sure that's how they got
themselves.
the name Gallup. Got some guy on a horse galloping around getting all the news.
Yeah, there. Tell me, show of hands, real quick.
We asked 100 people.
Survey said.
So that's what I mean. Are we taking this little bit of data because we're so hungry for information in this information age?
In the now, we want it now.
Yeah.
Never's impatient now.
I couldn't wait for 2,000 people to be interviewed.
We'll go to the computer and we'll see what does it say here.
What do we got over there on the YouTube side? Anybody jump in on that?
A lot of hellos.
We got some time to say hello to some people.
Believe it or not, me and Elliot agreed on the same thing again.
Oh, look out. Get out of here.
We're getting better.
So we've got Elliot, we've got Brendan, we've got
Crystal
Gia,
chimed in.
we've got the boss lady.
Jeff's Train World said hi. I think he said hi. I didn't say hi. Hi, Jeff.
Hey, Jeff. It's good to see you out there. Hey, if you would like to get in on the action too, meet some cool friends that also like to hang out on WRMN, head on over to YouTube. That's youtube.com. You can find us at WRMN Radio. The studio line is open, 847-931-1410, 847-931-1410, along with the text line, 505-926-1410, 505-926-1410. When we come back, I've got another debate, a lighthearted debate that's over here. We already did window seat versus aisle. What about, are we going to stay up late with those night owls and get things done? Or do we wake up early and get the work done before the night owls get their first cup of coffee?
If you want to soar with the eagles, you can't be out hooting with the owls all night. That's all I'll say.
That's right. Stick around. More Free Speech Friday here on your Talk of the Town, Voice of the Valley. That is WRMN.
A loved one owns a gun, and for a while now, you've been concerned about their behavior. They're just not acting like themselves. They've been distant, they've been unpredictable, they've been lashing out. They've been saying things that make you worried they might harm themselves or friends or family. Or you're worried this loved one might hurt you. Maybe they recently threatened someone with their gun. You know something needs to be done, and you wish more than anything you could hit pause on this situation. Well, here in Illinois, you can, with a firearm restraining order. In extreme cases, this order temporarily prevents a person in crisis from having a firearm, giving them time to heal before they do something dangerous or even deadly. If you are worried about a loved one in crisis who has access to a firearm, learn more about firearm restraining orders at illinois.gov/pause to heal. A public service announcement brought to you by the Illinois Department of Public Health, Brady, and the Ad Council.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 5 o'clock.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
This update brought to you by Progressive.
A suspected meth lab sent police officers and firefighters to the hospital while responding to a level 2 hazmat incident at a Crestwood apartment complex. Officers and firefighters responded to a report of a possible meth lab late Tuesday afternoon in the 12700 block of Central Avenue. While inside the unit, 4 officers and 4 firefighters became sickened after breathing toxic fumes. They were transported to the hospital along with the accused meth lab operator. The 8 first responders were treated and released. Aurora police recovered 2 firearms from documented gang members during separate traffic stops last week. 32-year-old Gabriel Martinez and a 15-year-old boy whose name police withheld were issued multiple felonies each after respective traffic stops on September 25th and 27th. Martinez was pulled over near North Avenue and Jackson Street around 11:06 p.m. September 25th after officers observed the car making stop sign violations. 2 days later, Special Operations Group investigators pulled a Toyota Camry over near Waldo Middle School for illegal window tints. While police spoke to underage passengers about tobacco violations, a 15-year-old boy, a documented street gang member, fled on foot while clutching his waistband. After a pursuit, officers caught up with the teen and found a Springfield XD9 handgun loaded with 15 rounds in his pant leg. A stage change is scheduled to take place today as part of the ongoing reconstruction of the I-55 bridge over Joliet Road in Bolingbrook. Lane closures will take place on outbound I-55 approaching Joliet Road. The ramps will not be impacted, and at least one outbound lane will remain open at all times, according to IDOT. The lanes that were closed overnight are open as of 5 a.m. today with the new traffic pattern in place. In the new configuration, outbound I-55 will be shifted slightly to the right to accommodate the next stage of bridge deck reconstruction. There will continue to be no shoulders throughout the work zone in both directions of I-55. Entrances, exits, and inbound I-55 will remain the same. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time. The next time you're out to dinner with friends, you can order the shrimp cocktail for the table. And maybe you'll realize it only comes with 4 shrimp after you've already given away 3, but that one shrimp will be so good. And if you switch and save hundreds, you could get shrimp all the time. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For shrimp, Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
From the pages of the Elgin newspapers of 100 years ago today, these are the headlines brought to you by the Elgin History Museum.
I am Tricia Grosser, and this is Elgin 100 years ago, October 3rd. Just what right Elgin citizens have to keep business buildings from locating in residential districts will probably be decided once and for all as the result of a bill for injunction filed by 12 Northeast citizens today against W.J. Richardson. They are asking that he be restrained from operating a building on the southeast corner of Prospect Street and Congdon Avenue as a milk depot. Attorney Charles G. Seidel, representing the complainants, filed the bill for injunction in city court, and a hearing before Judge Frank E. Chopin was set for next Wednesday. Complainants based their action for the injunction.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. This afternoon, mostly sunny with a high near 89, temperatures falling to around 86. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 64. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 87, temperatures falling to around 84 in the afternoon. Currently, it is 87 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe nasal spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
If your restaurant's grease is causing problems, don't worry. Hopkins Grease Company is here to help. Since 1947, they've been providing reliable grease recycling, grease trap services, and more for restaurants across the Chicago suburbs. With a full fleet and expert staff, they offer quick professional service. And as a family-run business, they pride themselves on delivering personal service you can trust. Call Hopkins Grease today at 847-458-1010. That's 847-458-1010. Hopkins Grease, the Fox Valley Grease Boys.
And good day to our friends around the world. It is a political talk show here on WRMN. I am Dennis Sonar Green, your host and moderator for a political talk show. Moderator because you guessed it, it's Free Speech Friday. You can listen to WRMN a few different ways. WRMN 1410 on that AM dial. Or head on over to WRMN1410.com, where you can find all of the different ways to listen live. Whether that's through the stream, you just click the stream, you listen live right there. Or you can click right on the YouTube logo, and it'll take you right to our YouTube channel, youtube.com. You can find us at WRMN Radio over there. And watch the live streams. The live streams happen for everything that happens here in Studio 14 downtown Elgin. You can watch everything that's there. And most of the time when we have individual interviews, those are posted after as well. If you're already over there, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and tell a friend. Share this right now. It's right next to the like and subscribe. You can just hit that share button and post it wherever you're at right now. The text line is open, 505-926-1410, along with the call-in line. That is 847-931-1410. I'm sure you can see the pattern. Most of our listeners are pretty smart. Speaking of smart people, we only bring the best here on a political talk show's Free Speech Friday. And of course, we've got a few usual suspects. Down there on the end with his SpongeBob shirt, that of course is Adam Polly. Thank you very much for being here. Yay!
Thank you for having us.
It's great to have you there. Also, we've got Cecilia Brooks sitting there in the middle. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you, Sonar. It is good to be back.
Always. And of course, we've got Mr. David Tees himself. Thank you also for being here, sir.
Thank you.
You can see all those smiling faces, like I said, over there at YouTube. So let's get into this. The debate on a question that reaches into the heart of daily life. Are early birds or night owls more effective? This is more than a matter of personal habit. It is a contest between two philosophies of time. Early risers argue that seizing the morning hours fosters discipline, productivity, and alignment with society's rhythms. But night owls counter that. Their strength lies in creativity, focus, and independence, often flourishing when the world grows quiet. At stake is not only when we work best, but how we define human effectiveness itself. So now let's hear the perspectives from our Free Speech Friday. Adam, you went first last time, so we're going to hit Mr. David Tees first.
I think early birds.
Early birds?
Nighttime, you're just tired, and I don't know how late you're talking, like 9, 10.
Oh, well, way past that. You're obviously an early bird.
Yeah. Samantha makes me go to bed at 10.
I'm saying midnight at least to be a late night owl.
No. I'd rather go to bed, get my 8 hours or more.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I look so good.
We only need 4, right, Cecilia?
Stop.
He's just that guy.
Yeah.
Why not be both, right? Stay up until 1 o'clock in the morning and then wake up at 5, right? That's all we need is 4 hours of sleep.
It's almost like you knew that I went to sleep at 4:30 and woke up at 8 a.m. today.
There you go. I'm right there with you.
I'm biased.
It takes one to know one.
Are you both then, Cecilia? Are you both the early bird and the night owl?
I am.
Okay.
I am. What even is sleep? I don't have time for that. I can sleep when I'm dead.
There you go. Adam?
Yeah, I'm like Cecilia. I don't sleep all that much too, but I work overnight. So I get off and I'm a night owl and an early bird because that's when I'm getting off of work.
Is it the youth, Dave?
I'm ready to say I can't wait until you get old and married and everything goes and,
Let's hold him accountable to that, Adam.
Yeah, you got kids that make you go to bed at 10 o'clock.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, I'm still single. Anybody, Elgin, let me know.
There you go. Hey.
Technically same. Let's run these streets, Adam.
Let's go paint the town pink.
Oh, I love the way you think. Bars.
That's it right there. Hey, when we come back, we'll get into a little bit of news before our game today. So when we come back, I've got 2 things that I want to talk about. The White House freezes funds specifically for Democrat states in the shutdown. Also, the administration, well, specifically the president himself, says Democrats are the party of Satan. So when we come back, the panel will discuss all of those words and some more here on Apolitical Talk Show, WRMN.
From enjoying life's special moments, at U.S. Med, we understand the challenges you face, and we're here to help.
With U.S. Med, I can finally manage my diabetes without it managing me.
U.S. Med offers a wide range of services to simplify your diabetes care. Personalized care plans, convenient access to cutting-edge diabetes tech, and knowledgeable support. Plus, we'll check your insurance so your diabetes care may be covered at little or no cost to you.
With U.S. Med, I feel confident and control of my diabetes. I can finally live my life to the fullest.
Don't let diabetes hold you back. Choose U.S. Med and experience better birthdays, better adventures, better anniversaries, and better everything. Call now. U.S. Med. Better service, better care. 800-785-1673. 800-785-1673. 800-785-1673. That's 800-785-1673.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf.
800-234-0316. 800-234-0316. That's 800-234-0316.
For a little lighthearted lawlessness on Sunday afternoons, listen to Handle on the Law from 4 to 7 p.m. Handle on the Law is a unique combination of useful legal advice and outrageous handle remarks. Whether you're talking about Big Brother, big business, big legal problems, or Big Macs, you'll rarely find Bill without an opinion. His rapid-fire commentary gives listeners the information they crave in the way they crave it. It's Handle on the Law, Sunday afternoons from 4 to 7 p.m. right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
When your car is making a strange noise, no matter what it is, you can't just pretend it's not happening.
That's an interesting sound.
It's like your mental health. If you're struggling and feeling overwhelmed, it's important to do something about it. It can be as simple as talking to someone in your community, or just taking a deep, calming breath when you need it. Nice. For mental health resources, check out loveyourmindtoday.org. At loveyourmindtoday.org, you'll find information that may help you get through a tough time. Things like tips for dealing with stress, how to navigate difficulties like financial worries, anger, substance use, and more. You can also find real stories of how people navigated their own mental health challenges. Because once you start to address the problem, you can go so much further. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
To Free Speech Friday here on WRMN. I love bringing up blind spots in the news with our panel because that's usually the most the juicy spots, right? That's the juicy bits. When one side doesn't want to report on it, that's when you know that it's good news right there. So great place to go to find blind spots in your news reporting, or if you're just a news wonk like the rest of us over here. I recommend ground.news. What ground.news does is it aggregates all of the different articles that are happening about a topic. So let's say AP and The Hill and News Nation and Politico and Fox and everybody's writing about the exact same thing. They aggregate all of those different articles. Sometimes I see it all the way up to like 250 or 500 articles, depending on how big the story is. And you don't have time to read all of those things. So what Ground News likes to do is it aggregates all of those different articles into one spot, and you can choose what your flavor of news and where your trusted site is. Is it high factuality, mixed factuality? Is it to the left? Is it to the right? Is it centered? All of those different things are brought to you right there in front of you at ground.news. I think I pay like $30 for the entire year, and I get at least that medium tier stuff. There are plenty of promo codes that are out there. I don't have one. They don't pay me for anything. I pay for it all for myself because I think that it is such a fantastic tool. So if you do like to listen or read, or you're just all over the news, ground.news is the place to go. So let's welcome in the panel here. We've got David T., Cecilia Brooks, and Adam Pauly all here to talk about AI entering the religion field. 47 articles written about this. This is a blind spot for people on the left. Only 8% written about that on the left, 46 on the center, and 46 on the right. So how has AI entered religion? Well, with virtual Jesus and automated sermons. One app called Text with Jesus has thousands of subscribers and a 4.7 rating. I don't know how anybody wouldn't give Jesus a 5 every single time. But, you're going to have to talk with St. Peter at that point. The rating on that app for the store, although some find it incredibly blasphemous, Rabbi Langer stated that AI lacks the emotional connection and nuance of religion interpretations, quoted as saying, "It's possible it would be very nuanced, but the emotional connection is missing." Pastor Jay Cooper stated an AI assistant delivered a sermon, but felt it missed the heart and spirit of their usual practices. So, ladies first on this one, can we have virtual Jesus, or maybe we meet in the middle with maybe automated sermons?
I would say, just as a devout Catholic and a Jew, I have to say, definitely not, in my opinion, right?
Is it blasphemous in your opinion?
I do believe it is blasphemous, just because in the way I see it, you're taking away the essence of God, and right, there is only one God. So yeah, blasphemy.
An image of the Creator, right? Or the image of Jesus. Okay,
Correct,
I see on that one. Is it just harmless fun, Adam?
Well, this wasn't on my bingo card for today. I could see it being harmful, definitely. It's just like the AI girlfriends. It's just like that. That's what I thought of almost instantly, AI girlfriends, AI Jesus.
Well,
Same
maybe David, it's not AI Jesus. Maybe it is AI Father Abbott. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe it's just a counselor at that point. Where should AI come in this, if anything?
It shouldn't be involved in it. It shouldn't be involved in religion. It shouldn't be involved in a lot of things right now. There are some points that it's good at. We talked about the double-bladed sword with this many times, and it's got its good, it's got its bad, but there's not a place in religion. Religion is when you go to church, you be with your community, you pray with your community, and you pray to God. And that's what it's all about, getting up on a Sunday mornings, going to church, and then going home and get ready for Sunday football at 12 o'clock. That's what it's all about, man.
Religion is not just about going to church. It's about a spiritual connection.
Well, yeah.
You don't need a church to do that.
A relationship with your higher power. Definitely.
Yeah, with your higher power.
And you're having a relationship with your higher power, not an AI, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And you know what? I when you had mentioned that, I also immediately thought too, if kind of what you said, Mr. Tease, is that I would be concerned too about leading people astray, right? When you said AI girlfriend, that's what I thought of. Yes, it does have the potential, very much so, to lead people astray and to potentially do harm, because then if people are thinking, well, AI is what religion is. No. Like, we don't want that.
But what about the difference even in the different sects of religion as well? Is this Jesus, this AI Jesus, is he pre-trib, post-trib, mid-trib? Does he believe more of the teachings of how Jesus was more about the teachings of the Old Testament, but he brought the new covenant? You know what I mean? There's so much, even for the minutia of even speaking about this person. How can you make them into a cookie cutter for everybody?
You just can't outsource everything.
We can't outsource Jesus?
You can't outsource everything.
Not allowed.
I can believe you that.
I think it's in the Bible, isn't it?
The 11th commandment.
Yeah,
Do
there
not
you go.
outsource Jesus. It's there. So if we're not talking about Jesus, what about talking about the party of Satan? On October 3rd, President Donald Trump posted a Truth Social meme calling the Democrat Party the party of hate, evil, and Satan, with images of Chuck Schumer, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Nancy Pelosi, and Joe and Jill Biden. After the Senate failed to act on the funding Wednesday, Democrats insisted on extending Affordable Care Act premium subsidies to prevent the premiums for more than 20 million Americans from rising from $888 to $1,904 after December 3rd. Using an AI-generated content, President Donald Trump circulated doctored videos of and memes mocking House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, inflaming tensions after canceling a meeting with them. As a result, up to 750,000 federal employees face unpaid furloughs, and President Donald Trump warning of firing and project cancellations, which he's done already, as federal agencies furlough staff. And critics warn that the rhetoric fuels the QAnon and allied groups, and President Donald Trump's Thursday meeting with Russell Vought signals efforts to actually cut those Democrat-run agencies. And we'll get to that. But have we turned it down? I thought we were supposed to tone it down after August 10th. You know what I mean? Like, where is the message? Where is this here? Or is he doubling down?
Doubling down, man. Yeah, I mean, America loves do memes and tweets and funny stuff, and I have to admit, some of it is funny.
Oh,
I mean, I actually giggle at it, but yeah, he's doubling down. But this is the sad thing about it. Like we talked about earlier, they shouldn't get paid. They're hurting a lot of people, and if Trump, they don't understand that this is his opportunity to start shrinking government.
Oh yeah, permanently.
Permanently.
These are permanent cuts.
I mean, we can actually shrink those IRS agents that were all hired. He can shrink the government. I don't think that they calling his bluff doesn't think he's going to do it. But
so
he's doing
Cecilia,
it.
that was the problem with the first one, which is why Schumer went with the CR back in, I think it was May, which is why he went with it, was because he did not want them that early on to take a large hatchet to everything. Well, technically a chainsaw, I think, is what they were waving around. But that's what Chuck Schumer was afraid of the last time. What's changed?
Okay, my opinions, right? So a couple things that I want to touch on. President Trump saying that the party of the Democrats are the party of the evil, Satanists. Okay, here's my issue that I have with that. We blame the left, right, for demonizing the right, saying that Republicans they're all Nazis, they're all fascists. And that is horrible. That is extremely dangerous and violent rhetoric. That is so bad, and I condemn that every single time when the left does it. But it makes the right side know better when you're saying the left is doing this, but then you go back and do the same thing.
Like you can't call us fascist, and then over 50 times on the internet,
call them
Steve Miller is saying the exact same thing.
Correct. And if it's going to be wrong when they do it, then it should be wrong when we do it. I don't believe in being, believe me, I'm all for a small, limited government. I believe that very much so, that the power belongs to the people and the people deserve to be free. However, everything in moderation. And what we're talking about, as you mentioned, are permanent cuts. And I don't think that should be in the hands of one single person. I think when that happens and it's all for the greater good until it's not. These are permanent cuts, and this needs to be something that is thoroughly thought through a multitude of people, not just one person, because I do see this going in a bad direction. And if it's for the greater good, it's for the greater good until it's not. And now, oh, wow, one person has all the power. And that is something I do warn against as a constitutionalist.
Well, Adam, at this point, he's cutting not only positions, but also cutting projects that were also approved by Congress, already voted in and signed into law that they're doing these projects. Yeah. So it went from, let me put my name on all of the projects that Biden started up, and now it's, well, you know what, let me just kill all of the projects. Because this is all of the, the Inflation Reduction Act, right? Is all of these projects that are coming to fruition now, which again, not a single Republican voted for. So all of these projects, when they say it's Democratic projects.
So with this situation with calling the Democratic Party the party of Satan, this is the same guy that was adamantly pushing the Take It Down Act. He pushed for that. Don't bully anybody online. Don't doctor videos up. The same guy doing that is out there making doctored videos of the Democratic leadership and things like that. The Democratic Party is fighting for things that everyone needs. Lowered premiums on their health care. Right now it's affordable, but it might not be. And that is going to hurt a lot of our most vulnerable people.
It moved from the Affordable Care Act to the We Don't Care Act.
Yeah, and with all of these attacks, unfortunately, a lot of conservatives, they want to call the liberals easily offended. But it's rules for thee and not for me, When they go out there and they go and attack, a perfect example of this was recently here. We had two people that had some terrible things to say, the president out at District 300 and then David Young.
Yeah.
And the Republican Party out here absolutely lampooned, rightly so, the lady in 300.
Zeltzer,
and
I believe,
she was voted out of the presidency.
Yeah.
And I believe that equally there needs to be consequences for David Young going out there and spreading misinformation and hate speech against marginalized peoples.
Absolutely.
And he was having a bad day. That's like me going out and stubbing my toe and using the N-word because I'm having a bad day.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
One of the things is what is giving PBS and those media networks all that money? What does that have to do with what they're asking for on the Democratic side? That doesn't help the American people.
Yeah.
Affordable health care does, but not giving them $500 billion or whatever they're asking for.
Absolutely.
Well, there's a lot of nuance to this.
There is evil on both sides. There is evil on both sides.
Absolutely.
Yes.
When we come back, we've got our game because, of course, we can't all sit around and just complain about the government all day. I suppose we could. It's a time-honored AM radio tradition to complain about the Congress. Stick around. We've got a game coming up. Can you play with us, too?
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
This update brought to you by Cintas.
A stage change is scheduled to take place today as part of the ongoing reconstruction of the I-55 bridge over Joliet Road in Bolingbrook. Lane closures will take place on outbound I-55 approaching Joliet Road. The ramps will not be impacted, and at least one outbound lane will remain open at all times, according to IDOT. The lanes that were closed overnight are open as of 5 a.m. today with the new traffic pattern in place. In the new configuration, outbound I-55 will be shifted slightly to the right to accommodate the next stage of bridge deck reconstruction. There will continue to be no shoulders throughout the work zone in both directions of I-55. Entrances, exits, and inbound I-55 will remain the same. A suspected meth lab sent police officers and firefighters to the hospital while responding to a level 2 hazmat incident at a Crestwood apartment complex. Officers and firefighters responded to a report of a possible meth lab late Tuesday afternoon in the 12700 block of Central Avenue. While inside the unit, 4 officers and 4 firefighters became sickened after breathing toxic fumes. They were transported to the hospital along with the accused meth lab operator. The 8 first responders were treated and released. Aurora police recovered 2 firearms from documented gang members during separate traffic stops last week. 32-year-old Gabriel Martinez and a 15-year-old boy whose name police withheld were issued multiple felonies each after respective traffic stops on September 25th and 27th. Martinez was pulled over near North Avenue and Jackson Street around 11:06 p.m. September 25th after officers observed the car making stop sign violations. 2 days later, Special Operations Group investigators pulled a Toyota Camry over near Waldo Middle School for illegal window tints. While police spoke to underage passengers about tobacco violations, a 15-year-old boy, a documented street gang member, fled on foot while clutching his waistband. After pursuit, officers caught up with the teen and found a Springfield XT9 handgun loaded with 15 rounds in his pant leg. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 64. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 87 with temperatures falling to around 84 in the afternoon. Looking ahead to Sunday, expect sunny conditions with a high near 84. Currently, it is 86 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. Do you feel stupid for buying a timeshare? Don't. It's not your fault. You were most likely told you could rent it, and it was a great financial investment. And the deal was available today only. If this happened to you, contact your resort or Wesley Financial Group for help today.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-791-1313. 800-791-1313.
apolitical talk show here on WRMN. It's what we all wait for all week. It's the last segment of the week on Free Speech Friday. The last segment of Free Speech Friday. The end, while we can all have a fantastic weekend. That, of course, is the Free Speech Friday game. Yay! I need to get more of my applause over here.
Speaking of games, can I just do
absolutely.
Promote it out. A program change here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, now we got that straightened out. Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. will be mine and John Payne's Fantasy Football Blitz show. So it'll be starting at 9:06, like after the commercials and the news is done. So we are, instead of 8 o'clock, what we talked about on the radio Thursday, it's going to actually be at 9 a.m. So tune in. We will help you with your fantasy picks this week.
And the replay still fires off at 7 on Sunday
if you miss
well.
it.
So if you miss it there, for a while, we'll have that replay on Sunday.
Mind. He brought us a gift today.
Sure. Did he? Whoa. What do you got over there? Let's get to that first.
Oh, yeah. So I brought you guys some of the Narcan.
Yeah.
It's a nasal spray that reverses opioid overdoses.
And you've been handing that out all over the county.
Yes, all over the county with the coroner's office and with Chris Walk. Wow. In our first 90 days, we did over 1,000 units of Narcan. We're at about 1,300 right now.
My goodness.
There's been a lot going on in the mental health and addiction world here in Kane County.
And that's this month, too, Mental Health Awareness Month.
September was Mental Health Awareness Month.
This is domestic abuse.
DV, domestic violence.
And it was also Suicide Awareness Month. And there were 2 resolutions at the county board to recognize that as well. We're also working on creating the Elizabeth Pauley Scholarship Fund, named after my sister, to ensure that her light never goes out. Something else that's very important that we need to talk about today, too, is the fact that Kane County now has a ROSC, a recovery-oriented system of care, which is going to ensure better coordination of services here in Kane County and focus specifically on the recovery aspect. There's a lot of agencies that are working together on that. On paper, the lead is Serenity House, but they're all very, very much integrated together. And it is something that a lot of people have spent years to try to get, and now we have it. Our first Ross Council met the other day, and it was just absolutely electric. I felt like a little kid on Christmas.
That's fantastic. So Narcan for the immediate help, and then we've got all of these other things that are happening in Kane County for the longevity of it. It hits you hard.
It does. It does. Mental health is a very personal subject to me. And Adam, you're doing amazing work. Yeah. And it's really important. And not enough people talk about it.
Is there a website or email anybody can reach out to you about any of these items you just talked about? Or
Yeah, so the Narcan especially is around the county. You can go on the King County Health Department's website, and there's a map. And we're looking to expand. One of the places I'm going to go after we get off the show, I'm going to be taking some pictures down at the train station down here. You're more than welcome to join me, Cecilia.
I would love to.
And we are working, I specialize with working with units of local government to get the Narcan out there.
In the vending machine, right?
In the vending machines. It's kind of like a newspaper machine, and it doesn't suck up any electricity. And we got it in the Aurora Transportation Center, and that is huge.
Wow.
And we are working now with other municipalities, units of government, and if anybody owns a business or a gas station or a bar or whatever else, reach out to the health department and you can get some Narcan to distribute at your business too and be on that map. We want everybody in Kane County to have this in their first aid kit, on their person.
Keep it in your car, absolutely.
And it's not just drugs, it's also painkillers too. And we just had somebody not too long ago that they used this. They were in a grocery store, and it was somebody that took too much of something.
Do you forget when you take them in the morning, and then you go, "Oh, I usually forget, so why don't I just take them just in case?" Like it happens for overdose.
Yeah,
it does.
Yeah,
you're doing amazing work.
Is Rob Russell in connection with all of this? Because he talked about the vending machines, and
he really got a lot of it started. And Vicki Foley, I want to give her a shout out. I consider her to be the mother of harm reduction here in Kane County, and she's the person that I do a lot of my distributions with.
Great.
Vicky Foley is good people. We love Vicky.
Did I meet her Saturday with you?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
about yay high.
Yeah, right.
And but Vicky Foley is I always call her the mother of harm reduction here because she was one of the people that reached out to the coroner at the time, Rob Russell. Now it's somebody different, and she really got a lot of the ball rolling. And now other people have done that too. But when you're talking about the mother harm reduction, it's Vicky Foley.
Okay.
You know.
Great.
That's fantastic. I look forward to having you guys in studio to talk some more about that.
We would love that. Absolutely.
And of course, we'll see once we get the community center and everything else set up over here. I'm hoping to also put in a pantry, to put in just a little pantry that's over there or a community fridge. I always like doing those too.
Those are fun. We did that in Aurora.
Having something over there. But we've got you guys in here now. Currently, Free Speech Friday. That's right. Here's the game that we've got for today. And of course, I want you guys over there on YouTube to play at home. So that's youtube.com and type it all into WRMN Radio. Here is the game. I am going to give you a corporate slogan.
Get you all choked up like that.
You are going to try to give me the name of that company. Here's the catch.
Uh-oh.
Some of these companies are fictitious.
Oh,
that's a good twist. I like that.
Some of these companies you can't buy things for.
Keep us on our toes.
So here we go. Let's start with something hopefully pretty easy. Is this real? Is it fictional? And can you name the real corporation? Here it is, the very first one. Think different. You got one? What do you got?
Yes.
Think different. What is that the slogan of? For yes?
LG.
No. No, it is not. No,
Okay.
sorry. Anybody else got a guess?
I have no clue with that one.
This
I'm
isn't
going to say
different.
I'm going to say it's fake.
Oh, see, fake or that.
That's the only one I can give you. If it's fake, I can't give you the name of the
LG
company.
Life's good because if so,
If
I
it's
quit.
fake, I can't give you
It's
the name of the company.
definitely real.
Oh,
I'll give you that
okay.
one.
Okay.
Think different. Apple.
Oh, I was going to say they need to do a better job advertising.
Apple is on
I
that
didn't know that.
one. Yeah.
I don't know if I know they had a slogan.
Okay, how about this one? Here we go. We can do this one. More human than human.
I've heard that one before.
Is that real or fake? First off, is it fictitious or is this a real company? More human than human.
I'm Cecilia, and I've got nothing
I'm going to
for
say
you.
it's real.
Okay.
That sounds real.
It's fake, but that's okay.
Well, if it's fake, then it's
Fake.
not probably.
Wait.
More human than human.
Oh.
Okay, what do you got?
That's from iRobot.
Ooh, close.
That was a good
Real
answer.
close.
I like that.
Think more along that line of robots and things.
Terminator?
No. What about
Wall-E?
if I ran with a sword?
You should never run.
I
with
would be a
scissors.
Yeah, I
Blade
feel like-
Runner.
Oh.
That's what I would be.
Blade
Sorry, it was
Runner. Okay,
terrible.
yeah.
The Tyrell Corporation from Blade Runner made
okay.
the replicants
Now I'm
more
getting
human than human.
I've never seen that
So
one.
If
now
I
I'm getting
didn't
the
live under a rock
concept
for the
here because
past
these
8
can be
years,
fake
that would help.
companies and movies.
It's
and you got to
true.
really pay attention to
There's
your
still
movies.
corporations. There's still
Remember that.
corporations.
Yes, it is. Okay.
Here
now
we
I'm
go.
getting
Let's give you a easy one. You guys got this one. Just do it.
Nike.
Nike, right? Real corporation.
Yeah,
real
Nike,
thing.
yeah.
Ready?
Real corporation, yeah.
Ready this one. Let's give you another one. A diamond is forever.
Oh,
Real
I
or
know.
fake? Real or fake?
Jewelry store.
Okay, they say it's real. It is real.
Jared's Jewelry. Robinson, JB Robinson.
K Jeweler.
K.
No.
Every kiss begins.
It's
Yeah,
not.
that's
It's not De Beers. It's De Beers.
We
De
could
Beers
stay here all
Jewelry.
day and never got it.
Oh,
De
Wow.
Beers Jewelry. A diamond is forever. But you did get the one where it is real. Good job. Good job. How about this one here? For those out there, building better worlds.
That's fake.
Fake?
Fake.
Okay, you got it. It's fake. Who is it? Who is it? Building Better World.
The silence is
How about I give you the movie and you guys can guess the corporation? How about that?
Go ahead.
This is from the Alien franchise.
I've never seen that one either.
No, neither have I. To being unpop cultured.
I can't.
For those of you nerds out there, that of course is the Wayland Corporation.
Oh, yes.
That's the one that's
Jeez.
always there,
Get it
the one that
together,
sent
guys.
them out
Yeah,
for everything.
I remember that too.
How about this one? You've all seen the logo for this, but maybe haven't heard the slogan. Our business is life itself.
Is it the By and Large Corporation from Wall-E?
Ooh, close, but it is not.
Is it real?
It is fake, so I'll give you that one.
That's definitely.
Our business is life itself. What do you take out on a rainy day?
An umbrella.
Okay.
Raincoat.
The Umbrella Corporation.
Oh, that's
now
pretty
you're gonna
close
give us
to By and
clues. I got
Large.
it.
Where's that from?
Resident Evil.
Oh.
Yeah, the zombies.
didn't-
They're the ones that made the things that are there. Okay. Let's go back to the.
We're not doing so good.
Let's cut down move from the hard level, come down a little bit
He
more.
said,
How about
"I'm
this
lowering the
one?
bar."
This one's medium. You guys can get this one. Open happiness.
Yeah, okay, that's really going
Hallmark.
good with us, right? What?
Open happiness. What?
Hallmark?
No, that's food. That's
It's a
gotta be
food. Yeah.
bad.
Is it real or fake?
It's real,
Real. Okay.
but it's food.
Open happiness.
Swedish fish?
They also use one of like share one as well. To
Coke,
share one.
a cola.
Coke, yes.
Ah, okay.
Coca-Cola. Open happiness.
Whoa.
There you go.
God, that was like what, back in around 2005 when they started doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about this one? This one's old school. You'll get this one.
Oh, thanks.
Here it is. You deserve a break today.
I know.
McDonald's.
Kit Kat.
Mickey D's.
Mickey D's. That's
Mickey
it,
D's.
McDonald's.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I'm not loving
Mickey
it.
Their
D's used-
slogan is, "You
I'm loving it is
deserve a
now."
break
But it
today.
used to be, you deserve a break today.
I thought that was Kit Kat because
I
they
thought
got
that was
something with
Snickers.
break-in too.
Give me a break. Give me a break of that
Give me-
Kit
we had
Kat
a
bar.
bar.
Yes.
What's the
Yeah.
Twix one?
The Twix one?
Yeah. They're twins. It's like
don't know.
left, right.
Well,
Yeah, they
that's
don't
not a
look like that.
slogan. That's like a
Yeah,
marketing.
Choose the side.
Yeah.
See, I like,
This is me throwing in my hat.
They don't even know the songs of the Big Mac.
Throwing
I
the
like
towel.
Kit Kat unless I'm with 4 or more people. That I can't, you can't share.
I'm like Elliot. I won't share my Kit Kats.
It's there.
No,
yeah.
I won't.
You won't do it.
There's four of them or me.
I heard there are people that don't even break them off.
Oh,
Just
yeah. That's
bite right into
Yep,
it. Like
that's
it's a
what I
thing.
I do that.
Hi, I'm people.
I do that.
What the? Get out of here.
You have
Okay.
to follow the rules to do that, and I don't like following the rules.
How about
Rules
this
were made
one?
to be broken.
How about this one? It's finger licking good.
KFC.
That's right. We've got it. That one is ingrained in all of us. How about this one? The sky's the limit.
Delta Airlines.
The sky's the limit. You may or may not have already mentioned this corporation before.
Life's good. Or I mean,
Wait,
That's LG.
is that the By and Large
It
Corporation?
is the By and Large
The sky-
from Wall-E.
The sky-
The sky's
Dang
the
it.
lit.
I never watched Wall-E, so I wouldn't get that one.
I
It is
did, and
a
it made me
really
really
good
depressed.
movie. Like actually.
I'll wait later on down the road to watch.
Speaking
that
of
one, but
movies,
I'm really bored.
speaking of
No
movies,
offense.
I just rewatched some of Ratatouille. I was eating some chicken.
Ratatouille was
I was
good.
eating some chicken yesterday, and you know how the guy, the
Was it finger
critic
looking good?
was like having that moment when he had the food. I had one of them moments yesterday. It was like out of body experience.
What about this one? We'll travel back in time to our
your house
anytime
for
minutes. With this one, can you hear me now?
No.
Good.
Verizon Wireless.
That's it. Verizon Wireless.
Dang,
That's
David.
the one.
Sprint? What used
Put
to
some
be a
respect
thing.
on his name.
Keep giving the
I
young
like you
ones
too,
old questions.
Brendan.
Keep giving the young ones old questions. Come on.
How about, let's see here. The happiest place on earth.
Disneyland.
This is the hospital.
Costco. Sorry. Costco.
Disneyland.
Disneyland. That's
Disneyland, yeah.
right. That's the one. Okay,
I
let
hear
me
that
see if I
phrase
can
every
get...
time I walk into Costco.
That's it. How about this one? Remember, we're playing fictitious or real corporation slogans.
What Costco are you going into?
Schaumburg, Golf and H, I swear.
Well, isn't it from Idiocracy? Isn't it Welcome to Costco? I love you.
Yes.
Welcome to Costco. I
love you, Costco.
That's it. Okay, let's see what I've got here. Oh, there it is. When you do it with Mom, you do it right.
Okay, Mom Corp,
Betty Crocker.
Futurama.
Mom Corp, Futurama, that's right.
You're so good at this.
I was going old school. Betty Crocker. I thought that was it.
No.
Here we go. I'll
What a
give you
woman she
one
was.
more. This one might be a little too old school, but that's okay. The miracle food of high-energy plankton gathered from oceans of the world.
Fictitious.
Fictitious, definitely, but what is it?
Bikini Bottom.
It is the Soylent Corporation. That is right. That is their slogan for everything over here. Well, since you've got the fictitious ones down, let's see if you can close out the category.
Uh-oh.
We've got fictitious corporation slogans for 100. We do what we must because we can. We do what we must because we can. That's the slogan of this fictitious corporation in the video game Portal.
Yeah, I'm out. I never seen it.
That would be Aperture Science for those of you that are playing at home. Aperture Science, that's what the robot says, is we do what we must because we can.
A few of those we could have sat here all day and not got.
It's true. But you know what? It's better than trying to go through the Constitution again, I suppose.
You did get a message here from our own Dean DeLay. He says, "Hey, Adam, sign up our station to be location as well. Soon we will be opening up the other side."
I will get you in contact with Sharon.
Love to have one over here. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. How about this one? Let's build a smarter planet.
Wally.
Ooh.
No, there's only one company.
It's real. You hear it all the time.
Is it LG?
It is a tech company. Let's build a smarter planet.
Google.
Beep, boop, boom, boom, boom. There's the little things when it brings up the chip that comes in.
Dell.
HP.
3 letters.
HP.
IBM.
Oh, dang.
Wow. We missed
IBM. Let's build some.
One of these has got to be
a
LG.
smarter planet. That's what it is over there. Okay. What about this one? Imagination at work.
Imagination
at work.
That's another tech company.
That's a real one.
I know. It's another tech company.
Is that Canva?
No. Imagination at work. It's a tech company.
Intel.
Ooh, close. That is General Electric.
Oh, I would have never gotten that one either. I don't think that one, I think.
Here you go, Dave. Intel Inside.
What?
Intel Inside. That's the slogan.
Oh, okay.
That's the corporation.
Yeah, Intel Inside.
Yeah.
I mean, it is the weekend.
I said the answer earlier, didn't I?
Yeah. Say the slogan again.
Intel Inside.
Say the first word.
Oh,
it's not LG.
Intel, that's right. It's a.
I'm sorry. I think I still had that blonde wig on my head here, right?
Oh, yeah.
Me too.
That's it. Maybe you remember this from this show. Tomorrow starts today. This is definitely fake. Tomorrow starts today.
I've heard that somewhere.
It was owned by the CEO whose name was Scorpion.
Oh, wow.
And he hired Homer Simpson to come work for him.
Oh, Mr. Burns.
What's the company?
It's the Globex Corporation.
Yeah.
Remember when Homer went to go work for a evil villain, Hank Scorpio?
Oh, okay. It wasn't Mr. Burns. He's
and
still
that
an
was
evil
the
villain.
name of the corporation Hank Scorpio did. Globex Corporation. Tomorrow starts today.
Where was Elliot on that one? He's answering questions too.
This is the one I should have put in here. Is he in the chat?
Yeah,
trying to throw them in there.
Yeah, he's trying to help us out here.
Well, let's give him a good one then.
Oh, good.
Over here, no cheating on this one, Elliot. This one's specifically for you.
Yeah.
The future begins here.
So generic.
The future begins here.
These are
That's
so
the
generic.
one.
Come on, Elliot. We're waiting for the answer.
It wouldn't be a corporate slogan if it wasn't one like that.
Yeah, I don't know if he. Oh, no, that was Brendan.
What did Brendan say? Did he get
my
one in
favorite
there?
movie is Back to the.
That's a great
Back to
movie,
the Future.
Brendan.
Yeah.
That sure is.
Elliot said you only move twice. Oh, Globex. Sorry.
Globex.
No, Globex, he put that before he...
Yeah, Globex Corporation, that's the one tomorrow starts today. The one he's on right now, The Future Begins Here. It's definitely fictional. Is there a movie that deals with time travel that, might...
I think Brendan helped us out with
I think
that.
he did. Is it Back to the Future?
Oh, no. Sorry. It
But
is
it
time traveling, though, that's on there. I'll wait for Elliot to get in there while I give you
Big
this
Top
one
Sports
here.
is Derek.
Here we go. This one here. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's this company.
Charmin Ultra Strong.
What? There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's blank.
MasterCard?
There you go. You nailed it, man.
Not me saying that.
That's it. We gotta get one for you.
I know. I was like Marriott. I know it's not Marriott.
Okay, here we go. Let's see
I've
if we can
lived
get one
under a rock for the
for
past 8 years.
Me too.
Let's see if we can get one for Cecilia. Oh,
Right
I
back
think
to
you
the
can get
40s.
this one. I'm loving it. There you go.
I'm
That was
done.
just for you.
I'm loving it, and I'm
Did
done.
Elliot come in with
Seen enough.
The Future Begins Here?
Yeah, he's
Elliot's really building suspense.
He is.
Yeah, I know. He probably fell asleep.
Well, let me give the at least the franchise for you guys to give you the hint. The Terminator franchise.
I've never seen that one either.
I haven't either, actually.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
I know. What was the corporation in
Skymax?
Oh, that was the software.
Oh,
was there? It was the software was made by the Cyberdyne Systems.
Oh, okay.
Are you going to come in for that? Was that you? Did I get you, Derek?
Yeah.
You were coming in to say it?
I was coming in to say something. Well, I yelled it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I missed you yelling it down the thing.
Now,
These
Elliot
headphones
said
are pretty
Dyson.
loud. Dyson.
I don't know what that is.
That is it.
Okay, that's a valid guess, though. Have you guys seen their air wrap? It's got like 50
No.
different attachments on the Dyson.
Well,
Elliot, I give you credit for
I'll
that.
tell you what. Why don't I give you the slogan and the industry or the corporation, and you can tell me which movie it's from. How about that?
Okay, that sounds better.
That's a little easier.
Okay.
VirtueCon Industries. Evil has never been so profitable.
Oh, I know this one.
It's from
Is
a
that
movie.
The Incredibles?
No.
Is that from Phineas and Ferb?
That was my second guess.
Despicable Me?
Nope, that is Austin Powers.
Oh, I've never seen that one either.
Me neither.
It sounded like a Dr.
Really?
Evil thing, too.
Wow.
Right. I thought it was the only
Okay.
one.
Maybe this one. You guys might get this one. Dynaco, your trusted fuel since 1959.
Cars.
Cars, yeah,
that's
I've already
right.
said it, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Here
You
we
guys are so
go.
good. Too quick for me.
Lightning McQueen.
Maybe you've seen this corporation before playing with your blocks. Octan Corporation. Octan. Everything is awesome.
Legos!
Hey! Good job.
Because I
Good
love that.
job.
Everything is awesome.
I played with Lincoln Logs, not Legos.
And then for you over here,
Mr.
Adam,
Hard GOP.
because you're so good at these, Adam, let's see here one more. You got this. Our crew is replaceable. Your package isn't.
Futurama.
That's right. Planet Express. Thank you all for joining us here. We really appreciate all of the games and all of the listeners and all of the things that we do here on the Apolitical Talk Show Free Speech Friday. Everybody who's out there, go ahead and give them a round of applause. The Free Speech Friday panel. Oh my God, that louder, please. Just a little bit.
Claps.
Go back to 10 and 2. Hey, Big Top Sports happens right after the news.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my Grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough, but if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 6 o'clock.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
This update brought to you by VaxAssist.com.
Aurora police recovered 2 firearms from documented gang members during separate traffic stops last week. 32-year-old Gabriel Martinez and a 15-year-old boy whose name police withheld were issued multiple felonies each after respective traffic stops on September 25th and 27th. Martinez was pulled over near North Avenue and Jackson Street around 11:06 p.m. September 25th after officers observed the car making stop sign violations. 2 days later, Special Operations Group investigators pulled a Toyota Camry over near Waldo Middle School for illegal window tints. While police spoke to underage passengers about tobacco violations, a 15-year-old boy, a documented street gang member, fled on foot while clutching his waistband. After a pursuit, officers caught up with the teen and found a Springfield XD9 handgun loaded with 15 rounds in his pant leg. A stage change is scheduled to take place today as part of the ongoing reconstruction of the I-55 bridge over Joliet Road in Bolingbrook. Lane closures will take place on outbound I-55 approaching Joliet Road. The ramps will not be impacted, and at least one outbound lane will remain open at all times, according to IDOT. The lanes that were closed overnight are open as of 5 a.m. today with the new traffic pattern in place. In the new configuration, outbound I-55 will be shifted slightly to the right to accommodate the next stage of bridge deck reconstruction. There will continue to be no shoulders throughout the work zone in both directions of I-55. Entrances, exits, and inbound I-55 will remain the same. A suspected meth lab sent police officers and firefighters to the hospital while responding to a level 2 hazmat incident at a Crestwood apartment complex. Officers and firefighters responded to a report of a possible meth lab late Tuesday afternoon in the 12700 block of Central Avenue. While inside the unit, 4 officers and 4 firefighters became sickened after breathing toxic fumes. They were transported to the hospital along with the accused meth lab operator. The 8 first responders were treated and released. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.